Speak into it one time.
1 2 1 2
Again.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, we'll get you fine tuned in a minute.
Okay.
Listen, everybody, I felt the need to play this. I needed to hear it right now because you know what? And I'm probably gonna start the song over. As I was told a little while ago that my new way of thinking is what's wrong with society, and my new way of thinking and with peace, love, and happiness and trying to get people to do better is so wrong. I'm so wrong because God demanded this in the Bible, and if we don't do it, we're all gonna go to hell. You know what? The old way of thinking is what got us here. I'm not speaking against the Bible, but what I'm saying is that old mentality of trying to scare you into doing something doesn't work. We need to encourage our people. We need to lift our people. Our people are down enough. Our people are sad. The economy, the money, the hungry. Let me tell you something. Feed the fish, my friend. Feed the fish. Everybody's standing around waiting for some good, positive energy to be thrown out. And all that screaming hatred is what got us where we are. So with that being said, I felt like some little Tupac this morning. I'm going to start it over, but listen to what he says. The old way of thinking ain't working. It's time to change.
So did something happen yesterday with that other dude?
The camera's on, by the way.
Oh, never mind. Hi.
I've just been dealing with messages. People, it blows my mind, and I know y'all are going to watch this, so watch carefully. It blows my mind. I'm a guy who's been on a construction site for over 20 years of my life. I grew up with a father that was a cop and an uncle that was a drug dealer. I've already seen the streets, Bubba. I grew up on Glenwood Wesley Chapel. I've done seen the streets. You think this and screaming words at me is going to scare me? You think all these whack jobs sending me messages of hatred is going to scare me and make me stop being who I am?
Mm-mm.
Good luck with that. It just blows my mind. You're going to go to hell. You're going to hell. Really? That's the nicest way anybody's ever told me to go to hell. I can think of hands in the airs. That ain't the fingers, though.
But what is their
agenda? Their agenda, because they want to be right. They want to think they're right.
No, what is their why are they saying you're going to hell? Because you don't believe
because I don't
they believe?
Because I don't bow down to their screaming and yelling. That's called oppression.
Crazy.
Look, my desk looks very, very messy right now, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the video. That's horrible. Horrible. But you made it in a sleazy way. I got to get paid because that's the way it is. Mm-hmm.
Jen sent me a good story.
Good. Yeah, they listen.
It's actually hilarious.
That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah.
So does she work at that, the vape? Because I know she's got a
Her
job
best friend
now.
does. She works for a lawyer. Got to make a change. That's the point. Didn't raise no fool. Jeff and Tupac.
Well, you know, Tupac ain't dead.
That's the way it is.
We ought to bring that up. Because how can somebody that's supposed to be dead release how many movies was it? Like 4 movies and albums after his supposed death?
No movies were done after.
Yes, there was. There was some movie.
No. There was some albums that came out because it was stuff that Death Row Records, Free Suge Knight, Suge Knight had. Let's talk about that. I got to give Jacob props. Free Suge Knight.
He's starting a thing.
Starting a movement.
I thought that was our old.
That is our old one.
I thought you had put
And
it
that's
back.
Dr. Dre, Chronic 2000. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. That's the music, Rob's performance. And of course, anybody that wants to check out this video and try to get all smart because I said Chronic 2000, that's the name of the album. It's Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Nothing but a G thing, baby. She's a redneck from West Porterdale, and she crazy.
Yeah, see, instead of doing a Roxanne version, you need to come
I
up
need to
with
rewrite
a
Okay.
rap version.
Well, I have to make it sound extremely redneck. It'd be like, yep, yep. People watch this and go, what in the halo are these people up to?
A little bit of this.
All right, everybody, we is live
We're live.
or something. Something like that.
Yeah, I was a little late this morning. Ashley's bus-
Really? Does Travis know?
Actually, yeah, because he's the one that called me. Because for some reason,
No.
oh, I know.
Apparently, we're thinking about 2 different subjects.
No, I just wasn't
It's
going
DJ
there.
Scotty and in the morning. She used to be referred to as the artist formerly known as Redneck Steph. Now she's just
Uh-oh.
now she's just oops.
Oh, man.
I can see you introducing yourself. So you listen to Just Fun Radio? Well, I was Redneck Stephanie. Now they just refer to me as oops.
No. Uh-oh.
Please never do that again. That's a little
Why?
scary.
Why?
Because the Teletubbies are like weird anyways.
I know. Where do you think I got it from?
Duh.
Because Ashley has all 4
That would
of
be
those.
you, the dwarf, not THA, the dwarf. It's
Duh.
the dwarf. But the good thing is if we named you that, it could be either or.
Hmm. Boy, all the names you've given me. Okay, so I'm the redneck Oompa Loompa.
Well, first to start with crazy, because that's pretty well guaranteed.
Now, oops, the dwarf,
Look, the funny thing is
Yoda.
my names are nowhere near as offensive as what you are called in West Porterdale. I think you answer to just about anything. Hey, you
no,
you the short one. And then like 6 of your friends what would
turn around and look.
well how many Jimmy, you and your 6 friends named Jimmy turn around.
Well, I'm also married, but he doesn't go by Jimmy. But I'm married to a James. But
Rick James, fool.
no, I'm only called Steppy Dog, or actually, they're the ones that started the redneck Oompa
Well,
Loompa.
it's not too hard to visualize. I'm just saying.
No,
If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, wobbles like a weeble wobble, and don't fall down. But the problem is we've seen you fall
oh
down.
yes, I fell in.
You would be
I've
the
fallen down.
anti-weeble wobble. It's a weeble wobble. It don't stand up.
No, because yes, I've fallen down a lot, especially when I'm running through the woods trying to get away.
Chase a beer.
No,
That's not a bear. A beer.
No, we took a 4-wheeler without permission,
Of course you did.
and I wasn't driving; I was the passenger. And
So you so you were on the passenger seat of a Grand Theft Auto
Yeah. Of a four-wheeler.
of a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
So the police had met us around the oak tree as we went into the deep waters of the mud bog.
Yeah, that's what stopped us because we didn't see the mud
I was
hole.
joking. I had no idea. I just knew there had to be one.
Oh yeah, there was one.
The girl that will not play in the snow.
No, I'll play in the snow.
Oh, you won't play in the rain,
Not in thunder and lightning. No,
but you play in the mud with snakes.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was a snake
I
in there.
love that.
I did not know there was a snake in there. No, there really.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like when them Brazelton cops pull over the Beaners in a van, and the one that like 10 of them don't speak English, and the one that speaks English goes, "I did not know that was in the back." You're driving a van with 10 Mexicans and 2 kilos, and you didn't know the kilos. No, I had no idea.
Well, seriously.
And then the rest of them are speaking Spanish. Are going, we're going to hem him up when we get him to the jail because he's trying to throw us under the bus like we don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't care what language you speak. Shaking your head left or right still means no.
Yeah. No, I really did. I knew there was snakes in the creek because, I mean, duh.
I knew there were snakes in the airplane because Samuel Jackson told me so.
But this mud hole was about as big as this table. And they dared
Why does my table got to be compared to your mud hole?
Because that's about how long ways it
Is
was.
this mug of Kool-Aid equivalent to your bath?
No, that's equivalent to a beer.
Oh my God.
You asked.
I know. It's not the answer I expected, but go right ahead.
And no, they dared me to go through it and to pick up a
course
tiki
they
torch
did.
that they put in the middle of it. They told me they'd give me $20 if I
Okay,
did
so
it.
is this like the Redneck Olympics?
Yes, because I had to do it barefooted.
It's the backwards ring toss. So instead of throwing a ring at an empty Coke bottle, at Six Flags, they're going to put a lit torch.
No, it wasn't lit.
Oh, yeah, because we would hate to think you would get burned by doing this. So you had to walk out to the middle of a mud hole and get the torch.
And go out.
I can just hear the Redneck Olympic dun, 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 doves. In your case, it wouldn't be doves. Quails would get turned loose.
No, chickens.
And then gunshots. Pow, pow. Could you stop? We're doing a ceremony. Put your guns back. Well, I was hungry. We'll shoot some squirrels later.
But yeah, I went out. I ran out. I got it. Or I didn't run. I got out
because
there.
I want to hear how you run through a mud bog.
Yeah. I got out there. I got it.
It would look like a beaver swimming through the lake.
Well, it wasn't really that deep. I mean, I only sunk to like
Stephanie, you're only
waist.
3 foot tall.
Well, I mean, I only sunk, well, I mean, not my waist, but about mid thigh. And then I got it. I came back out. And then no sooner am I getting the mud off of me, there comes a snake out of the mud hole.
That's the first time I've heard you and Travis refer to it as that.
It was a water moccasin.
Yeah, see, I have no sympathy for anybody that's willing to do this. My problem is this. I got a quick question. I guess in the redneck realm of the world, nobody thought about taking a stick and go smack the water, stick the stick in the water to see how deep it was.
Oh, yeah, we knew how deep it was.
Prior to you putting your feet in it, nobody checked it.
No, because nobody realized that there'd be a snake in it. Because I mean, it was just a mud hole. I didn't know. We didn't realize.
Was the mud hole in the front yard or the woods?
It was actually.
Because either answer still doesn't matter. There still could be a snake in it. I'm just saying.
It was actually in the backyard before you got into where the trails were. It was like right beside.
I thought you rednecks were more experienced than all this.
Well, they might have known there was a snake
Watch
in it.
this. We're going to name her Dancing with Serpents.
Well, I am the guinea pig down there,
just because you're shaped like one, just because you're as tall as one, doesn't mean they should treat you like one. You should file a grievance.
Well,
take it to the Redneck Council.
Nobody wanted to get on the back of the mattress and ride through the trail until I did it.
I could just see the Knights of the Round Table. They have this big wood table and they all sit and talk wisdom. You guys got a Caterpillar tire out in the backyard sitting on top of a wire reel that you got from Georgia Power. And that's like the Knights of the Round Table. And the only reason you would be referred to as knights is because the freaking sun's down.
No, actually, we've gone a step up because now there's a pool table back there.
Excuse me?
There's a pool table back there.
There's a pool table outside.
Yes, in the underneath. You remember where we had the Low Country Bowl?
But it rains outside.
It's got a canopy over it, and they even
it's a car thingy that you park under.
No, they put a metal roof on it now.
Oh my God. So instead of actually building a carport or actually building a porch with a real roof on it, these people took that thin white painted poles that come with the white plastic tarp that's only supposed to, this tubing is only supposed to support white tarp, plastic type tarp.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a tin roof on it.
Yeah, after they fixed the poles are now stronger. I don't know what they did to it, but it's holding.
Here's what makes
big.
Here's what makes no sense to me. Y'all kind of build stuff backwards. Like if you wanted to have an addition, frame it out of wood, something that can support the weight. You don't take a car cover and put 200 or 300 pounds of metal on it and then go, hey man, go get that broomstick and duct tape that to that pole. That pole's looking a little weak over there. Y'all are a little backwards.
No, they did.
If you want the tin roof, you should have built the foundation. But then again, I am talking to somebody about foundations, and your family tree's root system is backwards.
And it's got a foundation.
Remember, we were saying
rocks.
that there should be a new way of thinking. It should start at home. It should start in their home. It should start in their backyard. There's your new way of thinking.
But anyways, we also got
I'd be like me saying I'm gonna put a 454 big block in a Chevette, and I'm not gonna
it would fit.
And I'm not gonna do anything to the frame. I'm not gonna put a better transmission in it. I'm not gonna put any stronger axles on it. I'm just gonna shove that motor in there because I think it should. I just think it should work.
Because you can.
Because you can try. There's a difference if you can and you can try.
But now outside the tables that are out there are they came from the old Sweetheart plant, and they're like the revolving chair tables, like it's what used to be at McDonald's.
Yeah, so it's like the plastic picnic type stuff.
Yes, there's two of those tables.
Are you saying that's like the inside tables or the outside tables that used to be like on the playground? Or you're still saying the inside? I don't want to confuse you because there's probably not a difference.
Well, because
so listen,
they were both.
My friend Toby says, Steph explaining a marijuana roach to the police. No, officer, that's a water bug.
No, that's an ashtray.
And then I've got Billy who thinks he's funny. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Since I don't know exactly what Billy's talking about. A redneck house edition, and this is from Toby. A redneck house edition usually starts with a wooden pallet sitting adjacent to the house foundation.
No, we burn those.
Have y'all never thought about this for a second of how much wood y'all like to just slap stuff together? Have you never considered how much wood y'all are wasting by burning pallets? You got all these dead trees in the backyard.
Oh yeah, they use the pallet is for the wintertime when it's cold, the pallets. But the trees, they cut the trees down.
Hold, please.
Okay.
Let me get this right. The wood pallets apparently are wood that burns different than trees laying around.
Yeah,
wood.
We use the trees to cook with. Because, we have the big toilet smoker. We're not going to use the pallets to cook on.
The fact that you have like this what you visualize is this real explanation for why you. I was simply just saying that all the wood that you rejects have wasted that are pallets, you could build a shed, a handrail so your drunk butts don't fall down. But you're like, no, we only burn the pallets when it's cold.
Oh yeah, because
No crap. Why else would you need a fire?
they get wood to do all the other stuff from other places. I don't know where he gets the other wood, but he gets real wood to do like
Real
framing.
wood. Let me
real
ask you a
wood.
question.
He gets that
Let me-
yeller wood.
Let me ask you a question, Steph. What is your definition of real wood? Is it don't grow in the backyard or something?
No, it doesn't grow
The
on trees.
Is anybody really truly listening to this? The real wood. Do you ever wonder? Is there think of a motor in a car, and before the exhaust leaves the tailpipe of the rear end of the car, it usually passes through headers,
Catalytic converter.
then the catalytic converter, then a muffler, then makes a couple of 90-degree type turns, and then comes out the rear end. So by the time those fart explanations come out of your mouth, did it go through anything that made your mouth think about speaking something before it's like, did it pass? Is there
No,
a
I
filter?
don't have a filter.
When your brain sends the signal to say this, does anything pass this woman working at an office sitting there doing her
No.
fingernails going, I ain't got time for this, and
the hamster's dead.
and it just shoots on through?
Yeah.
So they get real wood from Noah's ship. I don't know, Steph. I'm gonna get this right. We only burn wood when it's cold.
the pallets
The pallets, because we got to burn real wood apparently
for the food.
for the food. I feel like I'm on Maury. You are the baby's daddy. Why do I feel so lost here? And this is a normal conversation with you.
Yeah.
I bet if we were to discuss the alphabet, you would feel like I feel.
As long as you don't say it backwards.
Jesus, Louises. So what is the reason for needing real wood? Apparently, I want to know.
Because that's what you cook on. Oh well, the wood, the trees that gets cut down, that's what we cook on. The other wood that you get from like Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that, he used that and built the fence.
Job sites.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say that.
Well, let's face it, y'all. Hey, there's some real wood over there. Go get it. Go ahead.
And then,
I hope the real cops don't see me really taking it. Go ahead.
And then what they used to frame up the shed, not the shed, but frame up the canopy.
God, y'all should watch her fingers as she's pointing.
Before they put the roof on, because it's not actually on the canopy. They did frame up around the canopy.
So they framed around the canopy.
Yes, and then put the roof on. So it's
okay. So let me get this right. It's like watching them build a nice room addition on a pull behind trailer.
Pretty much. They gotta blame
They gotta blame. Oh God.
The trailers that you pull 18-wheelers, and they were gonna make an apartment out of it.
That dead silence is DJ Scotty not knowing what to say
and scratching his head. Now that was nothing to do.
So
with
where were they
me.
going to put this
Oh,
apartment?
it's right next to the house. I mean, you've got like
I've got to come take pictures of this. This is just too good.
there's barely enough room to squeeze.
Why were they going to make an apartment?
For his ex-wife to live in? I'm serious, for his ex-wife to live in.
And this just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Why would you want to put your ex-wife that close to your house? You divorced her for a reason. I guess for booty calls, it'd be faster.
No, he's got a girlfriend.
That'd be hell to have your ex-wife in a trailer. You just slap a lock on the outside. Because
Yeah,
we're
there you
talking an
go.
18-wheeler pull behind freight trailer.
Yes, a big
And
one.
they were going to make an apartment.
But now it's just for storage. They just put storage in it right
For the
now.
same amount of money that you were going to spend on that, you could have actually built
A little.
yeah, duh.
Well, he's got a building in the back where he puts all the four-wheelers and the dirt bikes and stuff and the rail buggy and stuff, and it's got a little area to the side of it, and he's gonna make that into a apartment for his son. Uh-oh, you got a text message.
I'm laughing. Realwood actually. Never mind, Jeff, I can't say it. Ravens Renovations. Wow, I want a job. I would love for Ravens Renovations to speak more into what this actually means. And I'm not being smart aleck. I mean, at what part of this are you asking about? The trailer apartment, the real wood, but I'm kind of lost. I don't know at what level was this comment made for. So, wrong button. Wrong button.
Good thing.
There we go.
Is that one any better?
I need to take some dikes and cut that little yellow tab off, that little rubber tab off of that button, so I can't ever push that one again.
Yeah. Or you
we need to go to a commercial because, quite honestly, I feel exhausted. I mean, my mind. This was like me trying to do the math the other day when I drew your family tree. Like, I feel like, wow, E equals E. That's what I feel like. I feel like I just did some mathematical equation on a 14-foot chalkboard that will make water power up automobiles. I'm just saying.
Aren't they really trying to do that?
They are trying to do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I actually know a guy that lives in Loganville that drinks alcohol every day. That's what powers him.
I think I know that same fella.
He's like Bigfoot. He keeps getting spotted doing the same thing over and over again. All right, everybody. It's Just Fun in the Mornings. We'll be right back. Everybody, don't go anywhere. Watch out for those real trees. I would hate for anybody to accidentally hit a real tree. Oh my God, Steph. We'll be right back, everybody. Oh, yeah, this next song goes out for anybody that needs a little pick-me-up this morning.
Well, hopefully that was enough of one. My eyes are burning. The light's not bothering them. They're just burning this morning. Go back to the doctor for him to look at your ankle?
I don't know.
Because I'm sure you're going to wait on that before you start going to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, the microphone keeps adjusting.
On what? On mine?
On video.
Oh.
I don't know why it's adjusting itself. I thought I already adjusted it so that it would not self-adjust.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm watching it go 5. Yeah, this is crazy as all get out. I'm watching it go, 5 to 10, and it's adjusting itself.
So are they saying they're not able to hear us?
No, I'm just trying to make it where it quits doing that.
Oh, that's weird. And I have a story just for Travis when he's finally listening. You got to get
Like right now, it's at 31. There's no reason for that.
Oh, Karina says that us two have her rolling again.
All right, everybody who's watching this, I have to do a mic check. I apologize. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. And it actually wants me to say Peter dictates to his computer and prefers it to typing because they want you to say all these P's. So it. I hope that fixes it, everybody. That's just crazy that I've turned off this parts of Windows, if you will. If you're watching video, you know what I'm talking about. Because what happens is the volume, when the computer doesn't hear me talking, it raises the volume because it thinks that somebody's talking lower. And I just don't want the automatic stuff to work. I want to be able to control it. And supposedly it is, but doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. It's funny, all the messages that we're getting. Kathy says, you forgot to call me yesterday. What's my rule on that? What is this? All right, everybody, we're back. And I'm laughing. Kathy brags like, you forgot to call me yesterday. I was just joking with Steph. Because I always tell people, if I haven't called you back, sometimes you got to call me back. The problem is, I was dealing, if you've not been watching my videos the past 2 days, I've been dealing with crazies. We thought David Koresh was gone. We thought Waco, Texas was gone. No. Them weirdos are still out there.
Yeah, what was the one from the 70s where he fed all his congregation Kool-Aid?
I have no idea.
I don't remember either.
But I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why in the hell would you bring that up when I joke about people drinking the Kool-Aid all the time?
Oh.
I'm joking. People going, you just want some of my Kool-Aid, and you're going to bring up some whack job. I use Kool-Aid as a metaphor. You want some of the coolness. You want some of my Kool-Aid. And you're like, so what was that guy that did that to the Kool-Aid? Thanks, Steph.
It was wine. That's what it was. It was wine. It was cherry wine.
That is hilarious.
I'll have to look that up and see. And wasn't Charles Manson supposed to be like
crazy?
A minister in his own right?
Yes.
And that God was speaking to him all the time.
Whatever.
Well,
whatever.
I mean, that's what these people.
All these crazy aces.
Yeah, that's what these people are reminding me of.
So I'm gonna bring
cult thinking.
I'm gonna bring this up. I gotta scroll on down to find it. So yesterday, Courtney Studden, she, as crazy as this is, if everybody remembers the Green Mile.
Yes.
You remember the guy who tried to stomp on the mouse, who was just kind of the bad guy of the movie?
Yes.
Okay, he was the whack job. Might as well hung a sign around his neck too. Anyways, apparently he was friends. I don't know the backstory. I did try to watch like the first 2 or 3 episodes of their reality show.
Yeah.
This guy's 51 years old, and he met Courtney, and she was 16 at the time, and they got married. Mm-hmm. She's now 20, and she went from looking like just a normal, 16-year-old who dressed slutty to a porn star. And you can see the pictures of her top popping off right there.
Yeah.
But she was, it says Courtney had a serious wardrobe malfunction. Her top didn't fly off as planned, and she was jiggling around. So I've actually pulled up some pictures of her. And what's crazy is
Wow.
she is only 20 years old, and they're posting, and it's not it's more the paparazzi. It's finding all these pictures of her trashed. I mean, absolutely trashed, where she's getting in and out of cars, the security or whatever is literally having to carry her to the car. And like and what's sad is they have pictures of her with like her mom
Gosh.
in a limo, and the pictures of her with her mom in this limo are insane. I mean, you know, it goes if for me to even try to word it correctly, it goes to show that mom will sell your daughter just to be able to hang out and do stuff with the rich guy. Like the mom couldn't divorce her husband and hook up with the rich guy because the rich guy wanted their daughter. So here's a mule. Can I have your daughter? I mean, we just sold your daughter is basically all we did. We sold your daughter.
That is crazy. And
look at this picture.
She wasn't bad looking before all the.
Watch, I'll go up here and type in before and after, because that's what I was doing this morning from my phone. So you can see the, no offense to her. She was,
she can't help
DJ Scotty used to hang out with all these slutty girls too, but look at the difference of her before and after.
Wow. That is crazy. And I remember
look at this.
that
Watch
show
that
that
picture.
you were talking about.
That's where she came from. She went from a typical 15, 16-year-old chick who was wanting to be pretty and apparently get the boys' attention to, I mean, look at this picture. You can just see she's just wanting to be Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really and truthfully what it boils down to. And what's crazy here is before it's over with, come on, I can say as society, we already know, but we already know eventually they'll be divorced.
Yeah.
Eventually he'll be older. He'll run out of money, whatever. She'll be moving on to new things like the pool boy or the guy that drives her car if she's not already. And I'm sorry if that sounds judgmental, but we've already seen it too much in Hollywood. We already see through the pictures. Let me go up here and type oops, because oops is where I found the pictures of her basically being carried to a car because she's just like blah blah blah. She's hammered.
She's not old enough to be,
and she's 20. She's not even old enough to be drunk. So all these bars that she's going into, she's already getting trashed, which goes back to, if you have money, look at this picture here. This is one of the ones of the guy. This is, of course, they're not pulling up what I was looking for, but that right there is the security guy that's trying to get her in a car because she's just so hammered.
We got on YouTube people saying they want to see the pictures too.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Let me go over that way.
As long as there's no bad ones.
Well, I mean, I can't guarantee that, but I mean,
there it is right there.
I never found any this morning. There was like no nasty ones this morning, but here's her. Where did you just see that? There we go. This is her getting carried to a car. For anybody that's watching YouTube, that's them carry. Look, you can already see that she's almost leaning backwards to a point that is almost like a 45-degree angle. And I know people that are listening, you're missing out because you don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna make sure I describe it. But look, there's her legs are crossed as they're trying to walk her forward. And apparently like she puts her left leg forward and her right leg just goes behind her. And that's the picture of her mom. She's like trashed. The daughter, who's 20, is trashed in the limo, and it's almost like mom wanted that life, and she's living a now party life with her daughter. But it's almost like you gave your daughter away to live this life so that you could try to live this life. And look, mom's done went and got plastic surgery
was
and a
about
boob
to
job
say.
and a boob job just like her daughter did.
They got matching boob jobs.
That is crazy. I mean, it's one thing to condone your daughter's behavior. It's another that you're participating in your daughter's behavior. But it's sad to know that when you get past the makeup and really see a picture of her face and you really see how old she really is. I mean, no offense, y'all. She's only 20 years old. I mean,
that's the age of my daughter.
She's just still a kid. And she just looks like the biggest. She just looks like something that you're going to see in a porn. I mean, that's just what she's become. Anybody that's watching YouTube, you can see I'm just scrolling on down, at the pictures. That's just insane. And again, think about this. I'm going to go back to the before and after pictures so people can see what she looked like. Oh, there we go. Here's the before and after pictures. This is what she looked like before her and the dude did whatever this relationship is.
From YouTube, discount on the boob job. Since they had both done it the same time.
At the same time, right, right. I was looking for the other before and after because there's a really that one. And see, here's her trying to be Bo Derek from 10.
Oh yeah.
Like they show a picture of her running down the beach with her hair all braided up. Here you go. This is a good picture of before and after. Normal 15-year-old girl, like Chris with Ravens Renovations. Look to the left would be his normal daughter. To the right would be don't eat the worm out of the bottom of the tequila bottle.
Yeah. With the new boobs.
That's right.
Everything.
It's just sad. And I understand the world believes, sex sells. That's what sells. But the problem is we don't live, not every town believes that. Like, no. I know some previous owners of Stone Mountain Harley. Sex sells. I'm not talking about the original owners because those guys were great. But the second people after, and it's not necessarily the owners, it's the employees, but they believed sex sells. Let's bring all these slutty girls up in here to sell Harley clothes. Let's bring all these slutty girls up in here because it's going to sell motorcycles. Let's bring all these slutty girls up in here to do the bikini contest. Let's bring all these slutty girls up here. The problem is when a husband and wife comes in, the wife's like, I don't want you coming here without me.
Yeah.
Because they know what's up there. Then it gets to where the wife doesn't want to spend money buying the clothes from the slutty girls. They would just rather, in other words, when Saturday or Sunday happens and the husband says, hey, let's go for a ride. I want to ride out to Harley. They're like, I don't want to go to Stone Mountain. I want to go to Earl Smalls.
There you go.
Or Atlanta Harley.
Or Macon.
So, and exactly. So that seems to be the drawback with trying to go too slutty.
Yeah.
So Chris with Ravens Renovation says, I would be in prison if that was my daughter.
Well, I had all girls, and I would tell the girls, you're not leaving the house with something that is exposing too much skin, because the guys are just going to look at you like you're a piece of meat, and I don't want that.
Well, yes. And I've tried to tell my daughter up until the time she moved in and my life started changing. I'm like, honey, you got to remember the same guy I was at 15, I still am. And being a horn dog, I have been a horn dog. And this is like when I just turned like 39, I'm telling her this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at Southside Steve at 38, and I'm sitting there saying the guy I was at 15 being a horn dog and the guy I am at 39 and 40 is still pretty much the same guy. I work in a bar. I can tell you every pickup line I see. I tell you every douchebag I see. I see all these girls get drunk. What do these guys only want? Booty. That is it. So at least I was honest enough to explain to my daughter. So she grabbed the concept of this is what guys are about. Now, there's a few and far between that are not. Don't get me wrong. But normally they only think with their penis.
And, yeah, and that's what I told the girls, that if they walked around dressed a certain way, guys were going to think they were a certain way,
And that's all they're going to want.
That's all, exactly. And don't think that you're going to get a relationship, even though you don't need to be worried about a relationship with a guy like that.
That's right.
And once they turned 18 though, and they moved out of the house, there was really nothing I could do.
And now they're living the hard way. I mean, they learn. And if they've not 100% learned, they will continue to learn until they 100% figure it out. And that's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all said it as kids. I don't need you telling me what to do.
Oh, yeah.
And our parents kept saying, you're going to see one day. And now we're seeing it. It's no different than, unless you take a hammer and break that Timex watch, it's guaranteed that it's going to be 12 o'clock. It's guaranteed to be 2 o'clock. It's guaranteed to be 6 o'clock. Unless you take that hammer and you smash that watch, it's going to tell you what time it is. And we forever have been told what's going to happen, and we don't listen.
Yeah, because that's like a couple of years back, it's when I started having teenage issues with my child. And I found myself saying, one thing that I would never, swore to myself I would never say, that I'm the mother, you're the kid, you're going to listen to me.
And
my
then
dad,
it happened.
Yeah, because my dad used to tell me that all the time. And then and after I said it, I went outside, I was laughing. I called my dad. I said, you know what? I just want to thank you. And he said, for what? I said, for raising me the way you did.
For making me feel like a reject, because
yeah,
I just said what I thought I'd never say.
Yeah, and he laughed, and it was funny. But yes, when we tell you been there, done that, we literally have been there, done that. And have the t-shirt to prove it, some of us.
I couldn't afford to buy the shirt back then.
Only on
I had to buy all my rock shirts from Spencer's because I didn't have the money to go.
Yeah, we went to Spencer's on Saturday, walking around. I had no idea. I guess being as a kid, it was cool and everything. I had no idea just how many crazy things I didn't realize how many crazy things Spencer has.
The problem is Spencer's as a business sells more sex stuff now.
Yes.
Like, I walked in there and there was a personal massaging device, and I'm like, when did you become Starship? Like,
exactly.
Don't get me wrong. If Spencer's had a building like Starship and they were not in the mall and were out somewhere, then sell your personal massaging device. But I find it wrong that a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, especially if you're in there shopping and you let 2 of your 11-year-olds walk off and go to Spencer's, and they're back there playing with vibrators.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have called it a personal massaging device, but I wanted to make sure
it's not
that
30 yet.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that the image properly was painted. Can you imagine, as an adult, we're walking through Spencer's and we hear giggling, and we look over on the next aisle, and there's 2 11-year-old girls that's or 2 little 11-year-old boys playing with that, and I don't think that's right. I mean, that stuff. To me, if Starship will not let you in the door unless you're 18 years old, then why is Spencer's selling it in a mall? For God's sakes, it's a mall, people. It's where you take your family.
And then the weed stuff.
But I'm not taking my kids to Starship, and the weed stuff's just as bad.
Yeah, I was just floored at
all the shirts that support weed, everything, stickers, magnets for your refrigerator, keychains, earrings. Yes.
They even had
and they wonder what's wrong with the youth of America.
They even had jars, seal-proof jars, that it says for you to hide your weed stuff in.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? So how is that not considered paraphernalia?
How about this? They sell this little metal flask that is big around as a quarter, probably 1.5 to 2 inches tall, and it's a sealed container, that you can put on your keychain,
Mm-hmm.
and you can keep your pills in it.
Yeah, I have
You
one.
can keep your pot in it.
I don't keep my pot in it.
Yeah, because you keep your pot at home, dum-dum.
No.
My point is if you get caught with that and it has bud in it, marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
which is illegal,
Mm-hmm.
or if you get caught with 2 Valium pills, it's still the same illegal paraphernalia. It's still illegal drugs, because if you're, technically, if you're carrying prescription pills, it's supposed to be in a prescription bottle with your name on it. What did you just? You're giggling over here.
Yes, I just got from little Richard. Look, Mommy, they sell a vibrating tub submarine just like yours.
Yes. There's a joke my mom sent me back when the internet first got to where we all had internet in the house. My mom sent me this video, and it's called Tidy Up. And it's a camera, professionally done. And it's advertising plastic totes that you're supposed to store stuff around your house. So it shoots through the kitchen, and you see the lady with a plastic tote putting stuff under a cabinet, like her insects and tile cleaner and all that. Then it shoots through as she's walking through like a dining room area, and you see a tote with file cabinet type stuff being put in to be put in a closet. And then it shoots to this little boy, and there's a plastic tote sitting there empty with all his toys on the floor. And if anybody's watching video, you see I have a pen in my hand. So a pen that looks like a rocket ship.
Mm-hmm.
So all his little Star Wars figures are on the ground, and he's going, and he's got a silver rocket flying in the air, and then he sets it on the floor, and it's going vibrating towards the Star Wars figures, and it says, "Tidy up."
Oh my goodness.
Learn to store all your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a commercial that apparently was, America probably would never show that commercial, but that that commercial probably was shown overseas. But my point being, as kids, at what point of society did we decide it's okay to put vibrators? And we're not 8:30 yet, so I will, at 8:30 I'll shut up.
Yeah.
But personal massaging devices. At what point did Spencer's go from the edible underwear, which were gag gifts?
Yeah.
At what point did we say, okay, we need to be a little more edgy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's sell personal massaging devices and backdoor plugs, if you want to call it that. Why is that sitting there on a shelf? And
yes, for a child to see.
I'm trying to get the words right. The anatomy correct blow up dolls. At what point did we go from being Spencer's to that? Starship is a great business. Insurrections is a great business to sell what they sell to adults. They're their own shopping center business where you got to be a certain age to get into.
Yeah, and it says it on the door.
Right. Why is it acceptable for Spencer's to have that in our local malls and sell that?
Yeah, and then they sell the fake canisters that either look like water bottles or stuff for your car, to where you can hide your drugs in it.
Right. And it just trips me out. It just trips me out.
Yeah.
And now, listen, I'm all about freedom. I'm all about the freedom. Everybody wants to talk the freedom of speech. Look, I fought for the freedom of speech for 5 years doing what I do on the radio station. But I also tell you, and I'll say it again, and I'll said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more. When your freedoms start infringing on my freedoms, that's when we have a problem. So for the idiot on the square who has the freedom of speech, that's the freedom of speech, not the freedom to scream.
Right.
If you would like to sit on a bench and want me to come sit with you and talk about God, let's sit down, let's talk. But you don't look at some little kid who is a juvenile who doesn't know a real difference of right and wrong. It's not your place to scream at my kids. It's not your place to scream at somebody else's kids. So, if somebody wants to contradict me by saying freedom of speech, that's fine. But where I really wanted to go before I knew somebody was going to send me another nasty email My point is I understand the freedoms we have. If we want to go buy a personal massaging device, then let me go to the store that's all by itself to buy a personal massaging device. Oh my God, I need an alternator. I drive to O'Reilly's and I buy an alternator. Or if I need it delivered, I call White Brothers. If I want shocks, I can buy them where I want to buy my shocks. If I want tires, I go to the tire store. If I want a personal massaging device, I go buy one. Why is it in Spencer's? Right next to, a toy store. It is just stupid. How many times do we go to the food court and let an 11-year-old walk off?
And go
it
to
just,
Spencer's.
It's tasteless. It's absolutely tasteless. I tell people all the time, we should hold ourselves to a higher standard. Well, at what point do we say, Spencer's, we hold you to a higher standard?
That's
let me get this right. We want to protest Chick-fil-A because they're not open on Sundays and they don't believe in gay. They don't believe in being gay. They don't want to do the gay stuff, insurance policy. I don't want to get into a big topic of that, but my point is we want to protest them.
Yeah.
Then we want to go raise hell with Hobby Lobby and protest them for having the same beliefs. But it's okay to just sell personal massaging devices at Spencer's.
Yeah. Next to the fake poop.
Right.
I mean, it literally is next to the fake poop.
Well, just blows my mind.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Well, it is what it is, unfortunately. But then moments like this explain Courtney Studden or whatever her last name is.
That's true.
Because as long as you're willing to accept it, and as long as you're willing to just go with it, and you're not willing to be part of the change, then so be it.
Yeah, and as long as kids are going into these establishments that are pretty much showing them that marijuana is okay, and let's buy a shirt that
let's make a cool looking shirt
that
makes you want to buy the shirt, so that you can walk around, ding, Mr. Subliminal over here. You're going to be walking around with your little shirt on because it's designed really cool. Think of Joe Camel. Remember when Joe Camel was getting sued because they made Joe Camel
a cartoon?
Too cool.
Yeah.
Too cool. I remember there was a huge billboard near the Wendy's and Ray's Road at Memorial Drive where the old Kmart was. And then I remember right up the street where Big John's Package and Stonemont Theater and Players Retreat and all that is. I remember where that was. There was a huge sign. And I also remember across from Pace where Players Retreat and the Kroger's was. There was like 3 signs at 3 major intersections on Memorial Drive. And it was promoting Joe Camel. And I remember the lawsuit because they're saying, you made a cartoon character which is enticing children to pick up smoking. Okay. So because you're having the shiny silver space rocket at Spencer's, you're encouraging children. That's the problem.
Yeah. It is. And then they have, and I know it's an adult gag gift, but it was a ring that was called the Viagra ring. And it had, like a little blue pill in the top of it. And it says to break it in case of emergency.
Right. But that's at Spencer's too.
That's at Spencer's too. Yes.
I'm not trying to protest Spencer's. Spencer's just happens to be the store. It just happens to be the one in the mall. It just happens to have its name on it. It just happens to be the one. And we just happen to get onto this topic. It is what it is. Again, if you want to keep your children away from crazy people, you have that choice. And if you don't want your kids going in Spencer's, that's your choice. Freedom of choice.
And to me, honestly, I think there should be a sign.
There should be a sign. I think
says 18 and up.
Well, used to, if I remember correctly, when Spencer's had their adult type stuff back when I was a kid, I do remember there being a sign that said not to be in that section. I do remember seeing that. North Lake Mall, I remember there being a sign that said that you must be over 18 to be in that section.
I can't remember.
I do because I got in trouble for being in that section.
But
But
you
again,
know,
that was like 4 or 5 of us guys over the summer hanging out at the mall.
yeah, and I don't want people to think we're knocking Spencer's because they do have some neat things.
No, I'm not knocking them. They
Yeah.
they just happen to be the people. If the name was, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
we'd be talking about it. It just so happens they are the ones doing it. That's all.
Yeah, because they have some pretty neat speakers that Travis was looking at that they're Bluetooth speakers, and if I'm not mistaken, they vibrate because they have a light or they pulse the light with the beat of the music, and then of course they have the what are those things called? The electric light thing where you put your hand on it and it follows you around. I don't know what those are called though.
I don't know either.
But they have neat stuff. They have cool stuff. Is it time for a commercial break?
Yes, and I got to answer some people. All right, everybody, we'll be right back. It's just fun in the morning. I was trying to figure out what song I wanted to play, but I was in the mood when I first selected a Yellow Wolf song, and then I decided not to play it. All right, what?
I've got real quick. There's two Spencers. The Spencers at North Lake Mall, yes, does have a 18 and up. And the mall in South Carolina does have an 18 and up section at Spencer's. So,
well, that's good to know.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right, well, let's shoot off to commercial,
Okay.
and we'll be back later, Utes.
Sorry, I had like 3 text messages coming
I
in.
had a bunch of text messages too.
I didn't mean for radio silence. I have to go to the bathroom. Is somebody messing with you?
Huh?
Is somebody?
No, I can't discuss.
Okay. What the heck is this? Oh, wow.
Hold on.
This is from Spencer's Online. Are you going to the bathroom?
Yeah. Well, you can if you're in a hurry.
Go ahead. You can go. Okay.
Go ahead.
I got to change that seat out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Over there. Electric Avenue. Yes.
Wow.
What?
From Little Richard, he sent.
Remember, there's a camera.
Yeah, it's.
I know. I just meant sometimes some of these people start talking and don't think there's a camera rolling.
Oh yeah, I knew there was a. This is on Spencer's Online. That's one of the things. And you see.
So there's a naughty section on their online.
Yes, there's that.
Wow.
And then.
I guess they've determined that sex sells too.
This, where they're selling dance poles.
Well, I knew they sold poles.
I didn't
Because
know.
they're exercise poles.
Oh.
When I did my handyman and remodeling, I actually was hired to install a few of those. As crazy as that is. I mean, that's really not crazy, but people don't visualize that happening, if that makes any sense. Like, you don't think how many people do that, but it's their home. It's the privacy of their own home. They're entitled to do what they want.
Like, people having the swings, you know.
Well, when we go back live, I'll tell you about a swing I had to install. This will be funny. They got a little doll for Little Richard. He says, my item's for sale.
Wouldn't that be more
fun? All right, we're live. So Steph was just saying that we'll quit saying the name of the place.
Okay.
Said place on their .com has a naughty section. And I said, it just goes to show that sex sells. It goes to show, pardon me, y'all just ate a granola bar. It goes to show that they've realized sex sells. They realize Starship is making their money. Insurrections is making their money. There's 15,000 other places that are making their money off of it. So so this said place we were discussing in the mall decided they're going to do it too. Yeah. And on their .com, I kind of can accept that.
Yeah, because, the kids.
It's a .com.
Yeah, they don't see it in person, I guess.
And, they're not getting to touch it. They're not getting to play with it. They're,
Right.
So then Steph says, man, they even sell stripper poles. And I said, when I was doing, what had happened was, after back surgery, I've been an electrician all these years, and I started working for real estate people, swapping out ceiling fans and stuff, because I had to start going back to work gradually, after back surgery. So, working at real estate places, hey, put in a ceiling fan. Yeah. While you're there, could you caulk a bathtub? Sure. They give you what's called a punch list. And if you're a buyer of a house, you say, I'll buy the house as long as you fix A through Z. And then I get the list and I would go fix A through Z. Well, between that and then starting to remodel houses, blah, 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 blah. So now that I painted a picture of what I did. So there were several stripper poles I installed. Because people I knew would be like, dude, can you install this pole? Yes. And did I tell who the people were? No. It's nobody's business. That's their personal business. So then Steph brings up swings. I said, I have installed several swings. And the reason it's funny is a few of the places, and I will not divulge names, but I put some swings in some people's houses that you would never in a million years ever believe these people would have that. And one that I installed, well, two had back problems, but one I installed because the husband had a bad back and had been through back surgery and physically couldn't do a lot of stuff. And without getting too graphic, he just said it was a whole lot easier for his wife to be in the swing because he didn't have to hold any weight. I'll leave it at that. But here's the funny behind it. So one house, you have to go up in the attic and kind of re-support some stuff because you're fixing to put an eye bolt through a sheetrock ceiling and then into a piece of wood, and you need to realize that you're going to have guessing 100 to 200 pound person in a swing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 200 pounds. But if it's moving, think of the force of something. The refrigerator may weigh this weight, but if it was falling against you, it would seem like it would weigh more weight. I'm not going to get into all the mathematical stuff because you can figure it all out. So point being is, where I ended up putting it was it was several feet off the wall, but if you would have walked into the bedroom, the eye bolt was almost center of a set of French doors going to the bathroom. And it was silver. It's an eye bolt. And the ceiling was desert color, which is a brown, tan, if you will. So one day, the grandchildren of said person is laying in the bed watching TV and goes, "Nana, why is that in the ceiling right there?" And she said that she got super embarrassed. And she said, "Well, that's where I hang my potted plants when I water them."
Well, at least they didn't find it and were swinging on it. I mean,
But how? So then I get a phone call that says, "I need you to come figure out how to make this where you can take it in and out." And I said, "You can't. You can't take it in and out." So, old DJ Scotty, before he was considered DJ Scotty, goes over there and I take a smoke detector and I put the base. You know how smoke detectors there's a base that screws to the ceiling and then you can twist it to lock it in and unlock it. So I took a smoke detector. I made the ring attached to the sheetrock. Then I take the smoke detector out to the truck and take a hole saw and drill slap through the center of the smoke detector, so that if you stared at the smoke detector, you would eventually notice that there was an eye bolt.
Yeah.
Because just a little bit of the eye bolt was hanging out. But if you just walked in somebody's house and wasn't looking at the ceiling and looking to stare at the smoke detector, it would just look like a smoke detector.
That's funny.
But this person had a career that did not need to be exploited. That's their business. That's not my business.
Yeah, that's true.
My business is to do what I'm told when I'm getting paid to do what I'm being told to do. So, it just is what it is, you guys. I mean, everybody is entitled to their privacy. And,
Yes, they are. So I have a little story I pulled up here. Everybody knows who 3 6 Mafia is.
Yes.
Well, I hope the listeners do. Well, 3 6 Mafia rapper Crunchy Black is a man who knows what he wants when it comes to drugs, but according to cops, he isn't too good at getting it. Law enforcement say the Oscar winner was roaming the streets of Vegas early Tuesday when he was stopped for walking into an intersection with the do not cross light flashing. It didn't take long for cops to discover meth. According to the police report, Crunchy's response was hilariously incriminating. He said, "Oh, damn, I was trying to buy that powder, not meth."
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holy God. Wow.
So, yes. But Crunchy has other problems. He's wanted in Minnesota after allegedly beating his girlfriend in the hotel room. A rep for Crunchy Black tells us the rapper wants to move forward with his life and will handle the charges in court. So, yeah. He didn't want meth. He was looking for that powder. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm at a loss of words.
Really and truly, are you really lost for words? Because
Yes.
how many times have you ever heard about look, we've talked to somebody before. I've talked to a 911 dispatcher that has told me the story about hey man, this guy just robbed me, stole all my money and my cocaine. I need you to get somebody out here. I need to get a report filed. I need you to get this guy. And she's like, you do realize that you're telling me that somebody just come and stole your drugs. He's like, but man, he robbed me. Do you really want, this is being recorded. We have your address. Do you really want somebody to come out there about you're admitting you're selling drugs? Well, can you at least give me my money back? So you want us to come help get your money back that you made from selling drugs? But man, he stole from me. I will be more than happy to send an officer to you. Just know what you're saying. Well, in that case, never mind. Come on, fool.
Yeah, and that's like the ones that would call the cops because they were sold parsley or catnip instead of marijuana.
Idiots.
And it's like,
absolute
why are
idiots.
you calling the cops?
Man, somebody done robbed me. They stole my crack. Dude, you have fallen and bumped your head and put a crack in your head because you are calling the cops. What is wrong with you?
You're calling the cops to admit you were breaking the law, but you want them to do something about it because you were breaking the law and got done wrong.
Let's tell this story. I witnessed this firsthand. So this business no longer exists, but I'm standing in this tattoo studio, right? In Covington. There's an undercover cop standing at the door. I'm leaning against the counter. Said employees are leaning against the counter. And talking about crack and meth was brought up. And one of them was saying, dude, I ain't got no use for crack or meth. I ain't got no use for it. It's destroying our neighborhoods. It's destroying, it's destroying our community, and I got no problem rolling on somebody that sells or does crack or meth. How can I be undercover? I want to go in and bust somebody.
Oh my God.
And he says, well, I can make you a buyer. It will keep your identity secret. And, you become a number. The only person that would know who you are would be me. I would send you in there 3 or 4 different times. We, over the course of a couple of months, we would make sure that, the audio and video showed that you were doing it. Nobody would know other than me who you are. So you wouldn't have to worry about anybody knowing your identity. And then when we bust them, they'll never know you're the one that was part of it because we usually send 2 or 3 of them in there. So they're never going to know. So these guys are standing there all saying the same thing. And then they're saying, we need to get that stuff off the streets and we need to this and we need to that. And I'm just shaking my head. And all they keep saying is, we only have a problem with meth. We only have a problem with crack. So you're insinuating you don't have a problem with nothing else. But then the really stupid words come out of your mouth. So what do I got to do with it after I buy it? Do I got to give it to you or do I get to keep it? And all I could do is put my hand over my eyes like Steph is right now and shake my head. Because if you look
Are you an idiot?
If you look at the way a pyramid's shaped, to my left is about 4 fellas. Then there's me standing on one side of the room and the cop standing on the other side of the room. So you figure these guys are the bottom line of the pyramid. Then I'm at a point and they're at a point, the cop is. So I'm sitting here just thinking, did you really just say that? But I didn't say nothing. At that point, though, I go putting my arms over my Just for Fun shirt so nobody sees the shirt. And the cop looks at me and I look at him. We both shake our heads. And he said, I will just pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And then he starts to say, well, man, I really ain't got no problem with people smoking weed. I mean, that's not the problem. I ain't got no problem with that, but it's that crack and that meth, man. You got to get that stuff off the street, man. And I'm just looked over at the cop and I finally looked at these people and I said, listen, I just can't sit here and not say anymore. You just admitted that you smoke pot. You just admitted you got no problem with marijuana. You just admitted all of this, but your dumb butts just looked at the undercover and said, what can I do with the crack and meth after I buy it? Can I keep it? I said, y'all are a bunch of dumbasses.
Yes.
And they were like,
you really are.
we didn't say that. We didn't say that. And the cop and me both are looking at each other, shaking our head. The cop says, well, you know what? As fun as this is getting a little stupid. And he leaves
Yeah.
to never return. And then as he leaves, these characters look at me and go, man, I don't appreciate you busting me out like that, telling them that I do that. I don't appreciate that. And I went, are you a complete idiot? You just told him that when I buy it, do I got to give it back to you? And he said, no, I did not. And the rest of them were looking at him going, yeah, you did. And they're looking at me still, just everybody's now shaking their head. And he said, well, you shouldn't have told them that we all stand here and smoke pot. And I said, I didn't have to. You said, I don't have no problem with pot. I don't have no problem with that, Bubba. It's the meth and cocaine. I'm like, good Lord, how stupid. How stupid are you?
Some more. I'm surprised.
How stupid are you?
I'm actually surprised he didn't say anything about, I'm sure you get the good stuff. Cause that's an ongoing joke, no matter where you're at, that if you ever come across a policeman that does drugs or whatever, that they do because they get the good stuff.
Well, how about this one? My brother's a canine officer, and
so I'm sure he gets the real good stuff.
Well, that's being said, one of my buddies, we were riding motorcycles. My brother lives towards Athens, and we were coming back from Athens. I said, man, I'm going to ride by and see my brother. So we get there. My brother's showing us this new AR-15 he's got. So he's got the trunk of the car popped, and there's a 3-foot bong, a 2-foot bong, a box full of pipes, all of them tagged and labeled to be turned into evidence.
Yeah.
And this dude's going, hey, man, you apparently look like you get the good stuff. And I said, are you really looking at my brother and saying that? And he's like, hey, man, let me have this pipe.
Some good stuff?
No, let me have this pipe. And my brother's like, you do see this is tagged for evidence.
Which means it's in a report.
Like you're seeing it all in a box. And the dude starts to reach like he was going to reach. And my brother said, no, don't be reaching in the car. And my brother's like, how did you end up with this jackhole? I said, I never would have known this was going to come out of his mouth. Going to ask my brother for a bong. Hey, man, let me get that pipe. That showed what kind of guy was with me. And we really didn't do a whole lot of hanging out together after that, because it was just like, dude, if this is who you are, I don't need you representing who I am. And this is before I built the radio station. I just rode out to Athens. This dude I knew was there. We were riding back together. We didn't do a whole lot of riding together after that. But it just goes to show that when they're in that mentality, that's where their brain is. Mm-hmm. They don't think like normal people. Which, we tell people every day, in your world, and in your bubble, in what you deal with every day, things might be different, but in other people's worlds, there's things you don't do. That's just how it is. Mm-mm. What else you got? You got that look like you had something you was about to say.
Oh, I was just going to say, the $15 minimum wage increase is in the news again. And these people, they just don't get it. I understand minimum wage is what, $7.50 maybe? I'm not quite sure what the price is of the minimum wage. But if you're working at McDonald's and you're getting paid $15 an hour, do you not realize what the cost of the McDonald's is going to be to the consumer?
That's right. And
people aren't going to want to come buy it. And, like companies like some that Travis works for, he gets $15 a day
per
for food.
That's right. You hear somebody outside doing whoop whoop with the siren?
Yeah.
One of my friends, when they drive by here, they do that. And let me tell you, some of my neighbors who might not be living right jump and cringe because they'll come by and go whoop 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 and wave, and especially right now they know the morning show's happening, so they sit outside and throw the sirens and lights on a couple times. Stephanie kind of looks up and I'm like, yeah, I heard it, I know.
Yeah. But there was a group of people that met at a Burger King today or this morning at 6:00 in College Park, because they're doing a protest. They are saying to walk out.
Well, I'm gonna be quoted, and I'll probably get hate mail from this too. because it is a double standard. Somebody said to me after a comment I made, and I agree to a point with this email. I kind of agree, but I don't agree. So we can agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I made the comment. Here's my comment. If you wanted to make more money,
Mm-hmm.
then you should have kept your butt in school.
Mm-hmm.
You probably shouldn't have done them felonies.
Mm-hmm.
You should have tried harder. Now, keep your butt in school might be one person. The felonies might be another person. And keep your butt in school might be another person. I don't know. That was a rounded explanation. The problem is in the society in which we're in now, when the economy took a tank, there's a lot of people working McDonald's that at one time used to make $100,000 a year, and they just had to take the job at McDonald's. I get that.
Yeah.
But again,
that's what you chose.
If you want to work at McDonald's, just know this is what it pays.
Yeah, because
if you can't get a better job than McDonald's, that's not my fault. Mm-hmm. That's not society's fault. That is your fault.
And I'm looking at it from this way, and I'm not going
or not. Maybe I shouldn't use the word fault, because what I've realized over the past 2 years lately is every time I say something, one person wants to get butt hurt and get hung on one word I said. So let's rephrase that. If you choose to work McDonald's, if you've got a felony and can't get a job anywhere else but McDonald's, if you choose to not better yourself, where the only option is to work McDonald's, then don't very well be mad at anybody because it doesn't pay $15 an hour.
Right.
Hell, take your butt to Home Depot. I think start pay for Home Depot is $10-something an hour. You know, go push some buggies at a grocery store and help bag some stuff. I think that's $7-something an hour. I mean, there is jobs to be found. It's just, are you willing to work or not, I guess.
Yeah, because my point that
my life's always been a hustle. I didn't have a choice. If you wanted to ride that motorcycle, you had to pay for said motorcycle.
Well, mine that I'm looking at it this way, or the way I look at it, is you're wanting these people that are working in fast food to make that they're wanting $15 an hour, where I know construction workers
that aren't making that
not only are not making that, that's $3 less than what they're making on a 40-hour week.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting paid $18, $19 an hour, and they're out there busting their butts.
Oh, I trust me, I know. Let me tell you something. When my daughter was born, this is then. When my daughter was born, I was making $8.50 an hour as an electrician's helper, hustling. I mean, hustling. My bring home after taxes was like, it was either $213 or $238, something like that. And that was bring home. So, you know, come on, man. I had to work my butt off to go from the electrician's helper to getting where I did. Where I did. Just for Fun Radio.
Yes, I want to say something on the radio.
Yes, sir. Every time you call in, you are live.
Yes.
Okay. What y'all was talking about the jobs?
Yes, sir.
Because you see, every time when somebody go out here and can't get a job, they got a felony about the job. And stuff like that.
And see, the problem. And he hung up. Okay.
Alrighty.
The problem is again, with some of the problem, like I say, all the problem, but it's like when the economy took a tank, construction work was dying.
Yeah.
I thank God had the DJ stuff to fall back on. And my mom's like, you know, I had just started talking about I was just going to start full-time DJing. And my mom's like, no, don't give up. Don't this. You know, go to Home Depot and put in an application. I'm like, Mom, there's 10,000 other people just like me that's trying to get that job. The problem is all these cats didn't have a second thing they could fall back on like me. I watched guys that I was buddies with have to close their remodeling businesses and give up making $1,200 a week to working, 60 hours a week at Home Depot, pushing carts in the contractor sales. The same the same Home Depots that we were in every morning getting lumber, my buddies are now working in. Like, I remembered when some of my buddies had to get a job at the Loganville Home Depot, because I remember when I was still doing DJ and construction, I would go into the Loganville one or the one on 29 in Lilburn and see my buddies who used to shop with me. Some of the guys that used to work for me ended up having to work in Home Depot. You know why? Because they had to pay the bills.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
And they didn't want to work McDonald's.
And I was just gonna say, and I'm not gonna knock McDonald's because when Travis,
I'm not knocking anybody that wants to work.
Yeah, because
but you can't want to work and just barely work and then bitch because you're not making enough money. I know of a business right now, for a fact I know this. These people are part-time people, and they've been more hours are being offered to them, and they said, I can't work those hours because if I start working almost full-time, I lose my benefits. I lose my assistance, rather. So somebody's trying to give you a job, but you won't take it.
Yeah.
I know some people right now that work at Dollar General that's being offered full-time positions, and they won't take the full-time positions because it will affect their freedoms. Just for Fun Radio. What's going on, Mr. Craig?
What's going on today?
Are you listening to what topics we're on?
Oh yeah.
I'm pissing off America. I posted a picture yesterday in the Just for Fun page, and I'm gonna go back and pull it up just so I can say that I'm reading it live. It says, I would like to apologize to everyone I've not yet offended. Please be patient. I will get to you shortly.
It's coming.
That's pretty cool.
But it's funny that most of the people kind of pretty much think the same way I do, which is really funny. So
but
now
they
I
don't want to say it though.
But the secret people that want to send me the hate mail, it's funny, they secretly listen to the show, claiming that they don't listen to the show, but yet you send me hate mail. That means you listened to the show. So go ahead, Craig. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Are you familiar with the federal bonding program?
With the
no.
I learned this. I had to, I will and deal and actually have the benefit of talking with and sitting in meetings with people that I probably don't deserve to be sitting there with. But anyway, I learned it through a company called the McLaughlin Group, or the McLaughlin Company, out of Rockville, Maryland. And they're actually the insurance company, I guess you might say, that provides the funding or the coverage for the federal bonding program. And what that is they deliver bonding services exclusively to bond at-risk workers, or et cetera. So the bond insurance raises from $5,000 to $25,000, I think is what it is. And it's coverage for a 6-month period, and there's no deductible for the employer or for the employee. And the employer gets 100% insurance coverage that says that this guy is going to do what he's supposed to do, and he's not going to rip you off, blah, blah, blah. And you can actually find that at Bonds the number 4 jobs.com. So it's pretty cool little thing.
Yeah, I need to look that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to do that.
That's great. And hey, type me something and send it to me as a message so I can just kind of click on it and try to find it.
Yeah, it's just known as the federal bonding program is what it is, and I guess it's been in effect for quite some time. I learned about it. I've kind of scratched my head a couple different times with some guys that came in here to work in accounts for me, and I'm scratching my head thinking, do I really want to? It's not like you got a pair of paraphernalia charge or a weed charge or something like that, you got a damn theft by conversion charge. Do I want you in my building or what?
That's exactly kind of where I'm going. I'm like, it blows my mind what some of these folks, I don't know. I'm trying to be nice about it because I don't want any more hate mail, but I'm kind of to the point, like, hate on me all you want, man. I'm getting tired of the people that will listen and then want to send me nasty stuff. I can't make everybody happy, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But at the same time, if you got arrested for robbing an armored truck, you can't be mad at me because you got a felony.
Well, you can't be mad at me because I run an armored car company and I won't give you a job.
That's exactly right. You know, and it's kind of like these people. I don't know if you've been watching all these teachers that was cheating in Atlanta, and you know they've accepted money for doing the cheating, which is theft, but yet they're expecting to not be treated that way. Come on, dude. You just stole a bunch of stuff. What do you think's going to happen?
I think it goes a little bit deeper there. You're talking about the Atlanta fiasco, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes a little bit deeper than that because, in my opinion, it seems to appear to me that they actually had stolen the education from those students that they were charged with the duty of teaching.
That's exactly right. That's why I liked when the judge said, I saw a clip this morning where the judge said, the ones that really suffered are the kids.
Yeah, and they actually spoke with one of the kids on the news last night, and she said that she has moved out of Fulton County and lives in Griffin now, and she has been let back 2 different times, 2 different grades, because she couldn't be caught up with her peers.
Wow.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember what the woman's name was, but it was, I believe it was that Southern Methodist or University of Texas or something. But she was the professor emeritus of finance, and she got jammed up for stealing from the college.
And that's still stealing.
But because she had a tenure position at the university, they couldn't fire her ass.
Right.
So she was pretty much, I would assume, pretty much in a roundabout way teaching her college students how to do this and get by with it. That's kind of scary.
That's right.
Travis says if minimum wage goes up to $15 an hour, he's going back to McDonald's.
That's what I was about to say. If you take minimum wage to 15, everybody's going to be trying to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
The construction world will stop.
We have to look at it from a perspective, and Scott have had this conversation before. We're hard pressed because we're in a time of people feeling like they're entitled to something for nothing.
Right.
And the government unfortunately supports that view.
Yeah.
Because they're rewarding people to stay at home rather than go to work. Why in the hell would you get up in the morning, take a shower, and take your butt to work if you can sit on your butt and benefit more?
Well, that's kind of like what I was saying, that I know for a fact from interviewing a couple of people from different places that's basically said the words, I've offered these people more hours, but they're telling me they can't work because if they do, they will lose their benefits as far as what they're getting from a government assistance. So they're being told, like Social Security. I can understand if I was on Social Security and I was told you can't work and make more than $350 a week or you'll lose your Social Security, because if you can work and make $350 a week, then why are you drawing Social Security? That's kind of the same thing. They're trying to say.
Well, it's the reason, I feel that the government needs to stop collecting the money from people that pay the bills to write bills. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because what's going to end up suffering is well, your small proprietorships or your small business guys are taking the brunt of this. They're wearing the brunt of this on their shoulders. And I understand the philosophy. Believe me, I've got family and everybody else that is in a position like we talked about. Why get up and go to work if I can sit home and feed all 10 of my kids and have them insured and everything else? If I go to work, I lose this.
Right.
So at the same time, you know, the minimum wage thing, the minimum wage increase, I think they're shifting they're making an attempt, and I think why it's pushed so strongly with our politicians is they're making an attempt to shift the burden off the government's shoulders and place it on corporations that they feel are undertaxed.
Right.
So, but do we still? You have to understand the type of people, and it's not a racial thing. It's not a.
Oh no, because I know some sorry old white people. It has nothing to do with black or white.
You know,
Why are you looking at
what
me?
are our field choices?
I didn't look at you. Your guilty conscience pointed you out because I didn't look at you. I was over here working on my computer.
I know it was a
You know,
joke.
the people who are demanding the individuals that don't understand the perspective of the shift of the burden, and I freely call it a burden because it is exactly what it is. The individual person that supports that is your unskilled workforce.
Yeah, unskilled labor.
So, you know, of course they support an increase of, you know, practically doubling up what the minimum wage is.
Well, because they don't have to earn it per se. But
No, it's
the
given.
problem,
They're-
that's right. They think
We're
because
back to
I'm
it
working
getting handed to them.
That's right. It's almost like I believe, and I'm speaking for them. I believe because I'm working 40 hours, I should be paid better. But the problem is you're not being paid better because you're working better. You're thinking you should be paid better just because you're working the 40 hours. And that's not how it works. And they're trying to say the cost of living and, you know, they can't pay their house payment and they can't that. And I understand that sucks for you. But
Mhm.
when I wanted to do better, I quit working at Hardee's and I went to Village Inn. Then when I wanted to do better, I decided I needed to quit Village Inn and I need to go to Drug Emporium and unload trucks. Then when I decided I want to do better from that, I left that and I went to a place called Gates Rubber Company that was off Lithonia Industrial. I worked in a big warehouse. Then I wanted to do better. I started cleaning carpets.
Mhm.
I wanted to do better. I ended up becoming an electrician's helper. I mean, come on. If you want to do better, do better. Quit relying on somebody else to make your life better.
I am quick to support self-employed people. I really am. I'm quick to support the small business owner. But at the same time, just because you want to be self-employed, just because you want to be a small business owner, doesn't mean you deserve to be.
Right.
I know a lot of people that are in business and have no business being in business.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason they have survived is because they have a level of influence, you know, this silver spoon, etc., and they haven't fallen on their butt. You know, I myself, over a course of years, through self-education and through courses here, courses there, college degrees, blah, 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 you know, I fell on my butt several different times, lost 3 houses, who knows how many cars, worried about what I was going to tell the electric company girl that come to shut my electric off in order to keep it on.
Yeah.
And been through that whole rigmarole. You know, again, I support people that want to be independent and decide that they don't want to make the quote unquote man rich by working for them. Why don't they do it yourself? But the reality of it is you got to be smarter than a damn rock if you're going to get out there and do it.
Okay. Let me take it there for just a minute. A lot of kids that are still in high school, McDonald's is their first job. If you put the minimum wage at $15 an hour, what is that telling these 16-year-olds that go to McDonald's and work for $15 an hour? You know what I mean?
Again, they're not disclosing it. There's no transparency that let everybody know exactly what it is. You have to be a little sharper than a rock to understand exactly why this move or why this shift is occurring. And you're absolutely right. You get a kid out of high school or kid in high school, give them their first job at $15 an hour. What are they going to expect 6 years from now?
Right. And, because most of them, when they first start working at McDonald's, can only work, 4 to 5 hours a day, minimum 20 to 25 hours a week. But you've got 25 hours a week at $15 an hour. Come on now.
And we look at the push to legalize marijuana, and like I said, I've got my little certificates and blah blah blah. It's pretty much a novelty thing for me. I don't even do anything with it. But at the same time, we have to look at what it is exactly. And I think the answer is twofold. One is the government's actually realizing the type of or the amount of tax revenue that can be generated from that type of agenda. And number two, what we're doing is you have to look at the repercussions of a particular bill if it goes into effect. If they legalize marijuana, what occurs? What do you see occurring immediately?
There's going to be more money made, honestly.
Well, how about the people that if you have a drug conviction in particular states, that you can't get federal assistance, you can't get food stamps or whatever they're called now, EBT cards or whatever, you can't get student loans, all that's got to come off.
Yeah.
So apparently they've weighed the scenario out and said, okay, if we legalize this, we're going to generate X, Y, Z in tax revenue. At the same time, these people that weren't eligible for student loans, weren't eligible for housing, weren't eligible for public assistance for their food, etc. All of a sudden, all these thousands of people nationwide become eligible.
Yeah.
But as horrible as this is, I think you'd still have to be clean. I mean, it's going to be a fine line if they drug test you. But I see what you're saying. If they fully legalize it, where it's not just prescription only, yeah, you're right. It does screw up everything, and I didn't think about it until I just started opening my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, and in some senses, though, it will help. But yes,
I think if you're going to get government assistance, you better not have any drugs in your system. Period. Unless you got a prescription. You better not have any drugs in your system. That be whether you're a cop, whether you work at the clinic that the county runs, whether you are a probation officer, whether you're a DFACS person, whether you're a judge, whether you're a bailiff, whether you're the guy that just opens and closes the door for a judge. If you have a government job, if you suck off the booby of our Statue of Liberty, then you should not have drugs in your system, period.
Yeah.
No matter how far-fetched that is.
I know quote unquote the arguments for functioning addicts, functioning alcoholics, weed smokers, and everything else. That's all perfect. You can argue about how functional you are from your room in your mom's basement if you want to. But in reality, I've lived through a life of alcohol addiction and drug addiction. I went from making more than roughly $100,000 a month touring professionally when I was 19 years old to being a stone cold drunken and addict. So, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Too many people look at the face of what's being said, the he said, she said. Too many Facebook politicians that have no idea, and it's all controlled by emotional stimulus. Of course, how do you get people to respond to X, Y, Z? Oh, I'll tell you how to get them to respond. Tell them that the bakery over here refused to do a gay wedding cake. So they're just going to say whatever it takes to stir the pot, so to speak.
I actually had someone I reposted on my Facebook once about believing that there should be drug testing for EBT. And if the
Heck
parent
yeah.
knows-
If you're sucking off my Statue of Liberty's booby, you don't get anything if you own dope. That's just how it should be.
well,
Do you want your weed or do you want your EBT? I think I need to do a rap video because they've already got them
Oh,
other
my
ones about
God.
EBT.
well,
I want my weed. I want my EBT. I want my weed. It's one or the other.
yeah, because I actually
You want your
That's it.
ganja or you want your groceries?
Yeah, I actually had someone put comment on it. So what about if they take the EBT away? What about the kids that are starving? Okay, well,
Mom
what
and Daddy
about
should have thought about it.
well, no, what about the fact that a lot of these people that are on drugs, and I know one in particular that gets food stamps, turns around and sells her food stamps
Yes.
to get money to get the drugs.
Yes.
So the kids are starving anyways.
I knew a guy in 07. I don't even know. I don't need to worry about that part of it. But I remember him coming over to my house. He lived several doors down, and he would tell me all the time, I'll give you 2 for 1. You
Yep.
just give me cash.
Yep. Yep.
And he
And
would
I'll
try to
tell you
hand
what.
me his card every month.
And I'll tell you what, as shameful as it might be, when I was in school, when I was in college, I was one of those buyers.
Yeah.
Living off the ramen noodles and that kind of stuff. I think I've eaten ramen noodles every possible way you could even think of making them.
I bet you hadn't made crackhead soup.
Wait a minute. I used to call mine, okay, y'all, tonight's gourmet ramen noodles. And they're like, gourmet? I'm like, tonight's going to be, I'd open the cabinet, spin the Lazy Susie with my eyes closed and go, woo, woo, it's lemon pepper night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, here, let's pour some. Let's get this bottle of squeezed cheese and pour
Yeah.
that in there, and get one of these
Yep.
things of chili and mix that up in it.
And don't put Parmesan in there. I used to sprinkle Parmesan on it and it gets hot and it sticks to everything. Sticks to the bowl. You don't even get to eat the cheese. I'm telling you, I've tried it all. Powdered,
Ranch dressing in
oh
it.
yeah, I've tried it. Don't do
Cut up
ketchup.
some-
Ketchup. Well, my buddy had Tabasco and I don't like hot sauce. So I was like, well, I'll try Hunt's. Nasty. Don't put ketchup in your ramen noodles. I'm sorry.
Cut up a pickle and put some pickle slices in there.
But the point is everybody's been poor. I
Mhm.
mean, look, 99 cents for 3 packs of Laura Lynn macaroni and cheese. I remember those days.
Mhm.
I've been dead broke poor, wondering where I was going to eat next, and I've been comfortable. And I have to admit pretty fast that, I like living comfortable, being able to pay my bills a hell of a lot better than I do being broke.
Yes, sir.
I've made a pot of
So-
soup that lasted us 4 days, so
That was a
been there,
toilet,
done that.
Stephanie. That's wrong.
No, that's what we eat the barbecue on is the toilet.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, the majority of the people, you have to look at it. Call it out, call it what it is. The people that sit around on Facebook all day, that have nothing better to do to bitch and complain about their lot in life, are doing nothing to help themselves. So who do they think they're complaining to? Other
Yeah.
people just like them.
Other people just like, that's what I tried to say about this reject with the sign. I'm like, the only people that listen to you are other rejects just like you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's powerful, like-minded people.
That's right.
Birds of a feather.
Well,
Flock together.
let me tell you, Charles Manson is living proof. Charles Manson, he really, truly is the guy that the words, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner's movie has nothing to do. If Charles Manson is the living proof that if you can preach something stupid long enough, somebody will listen.
David
Home
Koresh.
Shopping Network is proof that if you make something stupid, some idiot out there will buy it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
I might catch some flack for this down the road, but Manson was a genius.
He really was.
He was.
He is the epitome of brainwashing.
Yeah.
So, brainwashing, I think that's a twist, using the political agenda of supporting what they thought of him. It's no different than what you read if you read sales manuals, brochures, how to become the best closer, blah, 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 blah. It's nothing different than what all the other quote unquote gurus teach today. That, you know, he was ahead of his time on it, and unfortunately he got jammed up and pursued some fruit of the ill-gotten tree, or whatever you want to call it, whatever that phrase is. You know, twisted it around and used it for no good instead of good.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, who knows where he would have been as far ahead of his time as he was, if he'd actually used that skill that he had to bring people together and manipulate them and get what he wanted. If he'd have used it for good.
You look at him, if he could have used his power for good, if Hitler would have used his vision for good instead of bad, that's the problem. Is I always remember my mama say, just because you can don't mean you should. And the problem is all these people that have talent, they used the dark side, Luke. They chose to go the easy way. Nobody ever said paddling upstream was going to be easy. But if you want to get where you want to get, sometimes you got to paddle upstream. It just seems that if some of these people would have used their talents for a lot bigger scale of what they used it for, can you imagine where the world would be now?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it goes back to people feeling like they're entitled, that they don't have to work for anything. You know, these folks, these people, these kids today see what their parents and their grandparents have worked a lifetime to achieve and feel like they deserve it right now.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you know, I'm not bewildered at all whatsoever to see such a gross increase in the number of quote unquote get rich now gurus all over the place.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people watch, like I said before, people watch a couple videos on YouTube and read a couple books on how to make a fortune right now, and here comes the money.
Yeah.
Because they all want to sit on their butt, on their couch, and get rich.
Oh, I get emails all the time, and I'm sure a lot of listeners out there do, about working from home and making thousands and thousands of dollars by doing stuff on the computer. Some even say just by shopping on Amazon or eBay that I can make thousands of dollars sitting in the comfort of my own living room. So, you know, yeah, they're all out there.
You know, I know, my daughter, when she was in school and stuff, she made pretty decent money doing those surveys and all that other crap.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. $50 a survey.
Yeah, get these surveys and get it. But, of course, it takes so much time to weed and sort through until you actually come across the right one, et cetera.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I had no idea. I was speaking to her one time. I said, well, I guess you're calling because you need some more money now. And so, oh, no, I'm doing surveys online. I thought, oh, Jesus, are you kidding me?
And if you want to work, you can find work.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to work, you can find it.
Yep.
Well, look, man, I need to shoot off the commercial. I keep resetting our little clock thing. But
well, do a spin off, and we'll serve another. You know, we'll save the world another way, and blah blah blah.
That's right. All right, man. Thanks for calling in. Jacob's missing out. You've already beat him by one today.
Bye, Craig.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to shoot off the commercial. Up next, I got a song. It was the very first song that ever played on Just for Fun Radio. So hang tight. We'll be back. Just say, what?
And it played over and over again.
Well, I was going to tell that story when we got back. Everybody, it's a little AC/DC Run DMC Walk This Way.
How long were we on the phone with him?
That's good, though.
Yeah.
He calls in and entertains.
Yeah.
You know, and when we don't have a guest host, it's awesome that Craig has information.
And the numbers didn't go anywhere, so that's a good thing. Because that was a good conversation.
You done moved the panda again.
I hit it. Because that's the ultimate right there. I was going to bring my other thing, and I have to see how it's, if Yoda's going to be on my side and Darth Vader's going to be on your side. Because there's Craig again. Because it's a little box with a mirror in it, and you look at it one way and you see Yoda.
Yo, man. Did you butt dial me?
No, I forgot to ask you about what you thought about that video I sent you.
Which one? I haven't looked at one. Is it? You sent it to me. Oh, yeah. I hadn't checked it yet. Every time I open my messages, I see it. But once we're live on the show, I ain't able to really watch it because I can't focus on it and do the show. So I have to look at it right after the show.
It's the. I think I sent it to Stephanie too. Ask her what she thought of my chapstick video, or chapped lip video.
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it? Oh my
gosh. Did you send it to me
on
on Facebook, or do you need my phone number to send it to me?
No, I sent it to you on Facebook. It's absolutely wonderful.
We'll have to look at that.
Have Scotty, won't you pull it up and show it to her real fast? Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Now I'm getting different text messages.
Yeah, you said AC/DC and.
Did I say? I meant to say Aerosmith. Did I say AC/DC?
Yeah, you said AC/DC and Run DMC.
Thank you. Steph's telling me that I messed up and said AC/DC. I'm sorry. It's too much at one time.
Give a little kiss like this. Now, is he talking about the crazy cowboy?
I don't know. I was trying to read emails and answer questions and.
I don't think that has it. How much is the ride this weekend, or do you know? Do I need to ask Little Richard?
Yep.
Okay. Because it's not on the flyer.
All right, we're coming back. So Steph's like, you said AC/DC. I meant Aerosmith. I'm sorry. Anybody with any damn sense knows that's AC/DC. I mean, Aerosmith.
See, you did
See,
it
I'm
again.
I'm trying to do too much. Like Craig's asking me about a video that went a few minutes ago. I'm trying to answer. If you're not watching us on the phone, good Lord. So I've got Facebook going nuts, the Just for Fun page on Facebook going nuts.
Yeah.
Our
which I'm
Facebook
handling that.
Messenger is how we communicate with people. And my wife's even text messaging.
Yeah. We're multitasking like crazy.
Okay, so this
morning.
is the federal bond program that Craig just sent. I'm telling you, there's like, it just never stops. And that's why we usually like having that third person so somebody can do something while
Yeah.
while two others are doing something. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Just for Fun Radio.
Hey.
Hey. You know, you need to go watch some old Martin. Do you know what Martin is? Martin Lawrence, the TV show Martin?
No.
Man, you've got to, that you hear, you know, Stephanie knows where I'm going. You need to go watch some Martin because the way you say, hey, you need to go watch, you need to go to YouTube and type in Martin space Shanae and watch Martin play this black girl called Shanae and he'd be like, hey, you need to watch it. I swear to God, the way you do, hey, if you had Shanae, you could pull off Shanae. I promise you, you could.
Yes, you could.
Okay, well, that's not why I called.
Well, that's what I'm telling you, mister.
Yeah, don't you get no attitude with me.
You see Shanae again, right? You need to go watch some Lawrence, man. You need to go see some Shanae. You've got Drew, I think you got some Shanae up in you. You just don't know it yet. You need to go watch it. You got Shanae as a cousin. I can already tell you.
Okay.
You got some black girl in your family, son. Don't lie. Well, this will be a black guy pretending to be a black girl up in your family.
Dude, I'm trying to call in on topic, and you're getting me off topic.
For once, right? What is the topic that you want to talk about, sir?
The job.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. First of all, I agree with Mr. Craig and what he's saying.
You do or don't?
I do.
Oh, okay. That's why I was making sure. I want to make sure everybody was clear. Go ahead.
I do.
Okay.
And that brings me back up to my whole point is, why do you think I want to move? Why do you think I want to move to England? It's because Americans have gotten lazy.
I eat, drink, sleep, Just Fun Radio. I work 7 days a week to be able to live the dream, to be able to have the life I want. This is what I have to do. So if I can do this, why can't other people do this? And I don't mean sit behind a microphone and act like a jackass all day. I mean work.
I know that I'm in a wheelchair, but I work. I'm probably one of the hardest working people you will ever meet.
In a wheelchair. In a wheelchair, son. You have a disability and you're still going to school and working to further yourself. And you're in a wheelchair.
I know.
And these other dum-dums like, I can't work 21 hours. I'll lose my benefits. And they're healthy and Drew is not. And Drew is telling you, I'm on your soapbox with you, sir. You just need to move over and give me some space because I'm with you.
Because when I put my mind to something, I do it. And I'm the kind of person now, if you tell me I can't do something, that makes me work that much harder.
That's me. I'm going to prove you wrong. You tell me I can't do it, watch what I do. I'm going to prove to you I can, and I'm going to make it funny when I do it.
And I will prove you wrong.
Look, my mom used to tell me all the time, you better quit acting like that. You're never going to make it in the world. And I don't mean my mother was being mean. My mother was saying, quit acting like a jackass, because if you want to be better in this world, you know, you got to do this, this, and this, and this. And now I look back and go, I'm getting paid to be this guy now. But I worked my butt off to be where I'm at. I've worked my tail off to be right where I'm at.
And why do you think I'm working my tail off at school with his math class?
That's right.
It's because I know after this math class is over, college for me is going to be a breeze.
Right. Well, it's like this, dude. I hurt my leg Easter. I walked around 3 days on it before I even went to the doctor to find out what was wrong. And then I said, listen, I got a big event. I said, I got to be on my feet all day Saturday. I got to be on my feet Saturday night. And I don't have a choice but to be on my feet Sunday. And one of my boys that I'm buddies with said, Scotty, why didn't you get somebody else to do Bike Fest? I said, who was going to do it? I had to do it. Who else was going to do it? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very lucky Stephanie was there. I'm very lucky Travis was there. And I am super lucky that Waterhead was willing to do what he needed to do that day to step it up. Because if I could not have driven there and could not have been there, then who was going to have the PA system? Who was going to have the microphone? Waterhead did tremendous by helping me. But if I couldn't have gotten there, he couldn't have done what he needed to do. And the event needed us there. Not just as much as I needed to be there, the event needed us there. But we have a drive to do what has to be done. And I think America has lost the have to be done drive. When you lived back in the Little House on the Prairie days, when people watched that TV show while sitting on their comfy couch, did they not realize when the sun came up, the father had to go out there and get the plow ready to plant his vegetables, to plant his stuff? And if he didn't sell his stuff at the market, he didn't make any money to pay for his lantern kerosene. He didn't make any money to pay for his gun or pay for the bullets, because he had to hunt for his food. He had to plant his food. And America has lost the drive.
Right.
Because they don't go to Rob's performance. No, sorry, I had to throw that in there.
There's some, but there is still there's still some few of us who still have that drive.
That's right. And we're the heartbeat of America.
Yes.
Because we drive Chevrolets.
But and I don't mean to sound negative for a minute, but even if I don't end up with my girlfriend who wants to.
Oh God, don't go with your negative stuff with your girlfriend. Keep it positive, brother. Don't go back to the girlfriend crap.
Stay away from the girlfriend subject.
I'm just saying, regardless of what happens, I want to move to America, and I want to move to England myself.
Right.
Regardless of what happens, because Americans have gotten lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you bet your bridges, if I'm in a wheelchair and I'm saying this, I work all Phoenix County, and you know this, I work twice as hard as everybody else, because I have to not just overcome mental and learning challenges, I have to overcome physical challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what drives me every single day, because I know with me going to college and everything, I'm making a better life for not me, but I'm making a better life for my kids. Because and
for anybody that's listening, take this and just absorb it. You got a guy, special needs, in a wheelchair, and he's telling you your life is valuable. Get off your butt and do something. So anybody that wants to be like aggravated or whatever you want to, whatever feelings you have today, that's fine. But you got a dude right here that has a lot. Let's be honest, and don't take offense until I finish saying this. This kid has a lot less going for him than most people. Now, he has a lot going for him, but what I'm saying is most people get up every day with a great heart, good blood pressure, no physical anything. They choose to be sorry. Drew has everything in the world pushing against him, and he's pushing back. He's not going to settle for it. He's going to fight because he wants more. And you got all these sorry people that have good health, but they got no ambition, no drive, not trying to be any better.
Yes, and just to finish my statement, I'm not trying to better my life for me. I'm trying to make a better life for my kids.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Later on down the road, because I want them to know. I want them to know my father was the hardest working man possible, and that's all I'm trying to say. And I have physical challenges, for crying out loud. So, the people of America listening to Just for Fun Radio, get off your lazy butt and work.
We got Drew pumped.
Yup.
So, but that's good. That's good you feel that way. And I'm happy that you feel that way. I wish we could inspire more people to feel that way.
Mhm.
And with that, I am off for you.
All right, man. Well, have a good day. Holler if you need anything.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye.
So, yeah, man. I mean, look, you got the guy right there. You got a guy right there that's saying, if I don't have a car, I'm walking to work. You know?
Mhm.
So,
He's gonna get there.
he's going to get there.
He's bound and determined.
So, what else you got this morning? I know we jumped up on that soapbox earlier. What else we got?
This is actually a story that I found that actually had it for my husband, and he's gonna be. I sent him the link, so hopefully you're still listening, Travis.
Who cares who he is?
Whatever, because he's got Alabama listening. Anyways,
Well, that's all weird by itself.
this is one of our pastimes that we like to do, and they're bringing it
Twiddly
back.
dinks is pastime. I did not
No.
know.
They're bringing back Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yuck! What is wrong with you?
Why do you
guys?
say yuck? We love to play Guitar Hero. We love it. And this time they're gonna have songs by the Rolling Stones, Ed Sheeran, Green Day, Black Keys, The Killers, Fall Out Boy, and the new game. You're gonna be more, instead of you looking at the stage like you do in the game now, you're gonna be on the stage looking at the audience. So I think it's gonna be pretty neat.
Okay.
You'd have to play Guitar Hero to get it.
Okay. I guess so. Just saying.
Yeah, keep saying that until we bring it over one night.
Yo,
and
because
play
I
it.
don't care anything about some dang old Guitar Hero.
It's fun.
So's throwing nickels at yourself in the mirror, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
No, you would break the mirror.
Oh yeah, you're right. I just had to mess with you that one. I'm not saying nothing bad. I think it's funny.
Yeah,
People
but
should have something to do with their pastimes before trying to smoke a crack pipe.
But they have all these new game systems, and that's what they were saying in the article. They have, you have the Xbox One, you have the PlayStation 4, the new Nintendo Wii game, and so with all these new systems, they're bringing back one of their $1 million sellers, because it actually did make a whole lot of money, the Guitar Hero and the Rock Band series. So I know I'll be
All
getting
you
it.
air guitar fools.
It's not air guitar because you actually have a
Have a
guitar.
guitar, I know.
It might be fake. It might be a play guitar.
But you at least have
But-
to try to play, right?
Yes. And the new one on the Guitar Hero Live, the new guitar, they are going away from the buttons that you have, and they're actually making it more like a guitar. And instead of having an avatar like you do in the other games, it's going to be more, because all these new systems, they have the camera that takes a picture of yourself when you're playing these games.
And what you
And
don't
so it's
realize is there's pictures of you now looking like a reject. And you want to
We
know where
do
those
wonder-
pictures go, don't you?
Yeah, we actually do wonder where
Isn't
those
that
pictures
something?
go.
Because all them goofy face shots that you've probably made are somewhere.
Yeah, because in
Somebody somewhere, they've already hacked the iCloud.
yeah,
Eventually, there'll be a site called Goofy Faces from Xbox or
Yeah.
Goofy Faces from Wii.
yeah, and we do wonder where those pictures go, because when in the Monopoly game, when you're sitting there playing it, and every time you do an achievement, it'll say pause for picture, and
Yes.
then, it counts down, and then
Right.
it takes your picture, and so yeah, we have been wondering where those pictures go.
Because look, I was doing, but back before I was hurt or anything, as far as his leg, I was doing this stupid game where you got to jump up over the tree limbs that come
Oh
by.
yeah,
And I'm looking at my face on these snapshots going, oh, crap. Where in the hell does this go?
And how do you delete them?
How do you get rid of this?
Yeah. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to call the company or something and ask them, where did the pictures go and how do I get rid of them? Oh, Jacob says he can't stand the constant click, click, click. Well, the new guitars with the new Guitar Hero, it's going to be new guitars where it actually is like you're playing an actual guitar because it's going to be more slide and it said mirror buttons. But the Rock Band, you're going to be able to use your old controllers with the new Rock Band with the new systems. So that'll be pretty cool. And then I have a story here that good old Trainwreck sent me. And this is it's pretty funny. And it's out of Leesburg, Georgia. Authorities say a South Georgia man shot an armadillo but ended up accidentally wounding his mother-in-law when the bullet ricocheted off the mammal known for its hard shell.
Mammal? Toe? What? No, go ahead. I messed up your brain. Talk about Travis's mammal toe.
Hey,
keep going because I got to tell you, he advertised it Sunday too. We need to talk about that.
Lee County Sheriff Department said that the 54-year-old Larry McElroy fired his 9mm pistol at the armadillo Sunday night. Deputies say the bullet killed the armadillo but bounced off the animal, hit a fence, traveled through the back door of the mother-in-law's mobile home and the recliner in which she was sitting, striking her in the back. McElroy's 74-year-old mother-in-law, Carol Johnson, suffered injuries described as non-life-threatening. Lee County Sheriff's investigator said she was walking around and talking afterwards. And the deputies say that McElroy was about 100 yards away from the home when he shot the armadillo. So it traveled that far. Why do you have that zoomed up on me?
Because you were reporting.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't trying to look at your nose hair and nothing. The camera's not at the angle now. If I'd have left that camera there, they'd have got it. Good Lord.
Okay, so explain. And I even went and bought him brand new shorts.
It's the way he sits. I bet his mama smacked him in his head 50 times telling him not to slouch.
Yeah, she still does. Or she'll take and put her knuckles in his spine.
This man will go to sit in a chair and he will, before his butt hits the chair, he will aim it to be where he is sitting as far back as possible. So he sits and slides his butt down the back of the chair until his butt hits the bottom of the chair. And then he slides his butt forward so he can slouch in the chair. And when he does, his pants sticks to the chair. He slides forward and out pops the mammal toe. I walked by the desk one time and I went to say something and he's leaned back in the chair and I was looking down to get my drink and I'm like, oh my God, do I really got to see that again? We need to at least make him wear a cup. So at least it would just have the weird smooth and you would know it's a cup. At least then you would just see a cup and not the actual mammal toe itself. It's horrible, I tell you.
And I did. I even went and bought him brand new jean shorts.
Well, you need to quit buying him female shorts that are cut for a vajayjay. You need to buy him some shorts that are cut for mammal toes. And you need to get loose fit.
I thought that's what it was.
Loose. Well, then you need to get baggy fit. Keep looking at my crotch. Really, Travis? Really? He texted me, keep looking at it. Keep looking at your crotch or what? I can't help. He typed Y. I can't help it. I lean in to get my Powerade, and there it sits. The elusive Bigfoot they've been looking for years. The whole time, Travis has had it in his pocket.
Okay.
It's like watching a humpback whale get hit by a whaling ship. I can't help it. It just happened.
Oh my gosh. That is too funny. And
that's why he stands in the bus now. I get it. Because he's afraid if he sits down, everybody's going to see the mammal toe. So it's better he stands in the bus.
And, you know, when we
I'm gonna
were
go buy him
first
some pants that
there.
are so big he's gonna look like a
Clown.
he's gonna I was gonna say he's gonna look like a rodeo clown with suspenders.
Hey, when we were first there and you going into the table and him standing there, that was quite a sight.
Trust me, all of it was a sight from my end. Good Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Here's another. But you're the only one that keeps looking at it. Travis, it's because I'm the only one that you'll sit like that and you just leave it for me to have to see. Like, I go to bend over to get the Powerade. You don't see him stand up. You don't even see him trying to hand me the Powerade. He's like, he's going to have to get close to my knee with his face. And when he looks over at my face, he's going to see that.
Dun, dun, dun.
He just leaves it for me to find. Just for Fun Radio, home of the Manimal Toe spotting.
Yes. I just wanted to say,
I'm not looking at your mammal toe.
I know. But I just wanted to say something about Travis's crotch when you lay down.
How do you know anything about it, sir?
Because you flounced it over the radio, dude.
Travis's crotch is getting talked more on the radio than his name.
Yeah.
When
We're gonna have to name it Pat.
When you
Yeah.
leaned
Pat
over to
McCrotch.
get your
Okay.
I got it.
when you leaned over to get your Gatorade, all I could think of was that was one of those fat out.
What?
Huh?
I lost you.
Hello.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, he'll call back on that one.
Yep, probably so.
What I need to do is start carrying this, and when I have to lean down, I'll be like, I bet you he'll get up and out of the way then. Let me see that mammal toe again.
That would hurt.
We'll be having smoke linked sausage.
Could you imagine? Because the zipper is like
Metal.
right there.
Duh. Steph just gets it. The zip.
Oh, you have burn marks. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Oh
And
my God.
That's what Travis will be singing.
I know, right? He'll be trying to mess with his 13-year-old cousin too. Just for Fun Radio.
Hey,
Hey, we lost you.
I'm sorry, I hit the
That's
wrong
okay.
button.
What's going on?
About Travis's crotch.
How many times you ever called somebody and say, I wanted to talk to you about Travis's
I want
crotch?
to talk to you about.
We've never had
Travis's
this on
crotch.
the We've never had this on the show. This is
No.
funny.
Yeah.
To call and talk to you about the Travis's crotch.
When you were talking,
Especially
when
from
you-
guys.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Drew.
sorry, I don't mean to sound funny, but this is just hilarious. When you were talking about leaning over to get your Gatorade out of the cooler, and all you could see was Travis's crotch or mammal toe, all I could think of was it was one of those Fat Albert moments. You remember Fat Albert, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Chris would Ravens just sent us a mammal toe. Yes, Chris. This is Travis. Pretty much, yes. Oh my God.
Where
Keep going. He just sent us a picture. Oh my
Where-
God, that is horrible.
where Fat Albert says, "Hey, hey, hey," and
Sure. To give you a general idea of what we deal with Travis's mammal toe. So anybody that wants a picture of what we deal with, please just text me. I will send it to you because Chris Wood Ravens Renovation just sent me the very same picture, and that's how I have to deal with it all the time. All the time.
Well, I'll get off the radio.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Because now I know that Stephanie has a visual.
Yes, there's a visual.
Oh,
All right.
trust me, I get the visual all the time.
All right, man. We'll see you later on.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Anybody else? Open forum for us, of course. Anybody else has the topic they want to talk about? Call in, text in, whatever. I've already done my little political rant for the moment about the stuff. I still do say that if you're nursing off of the Statue of Liberty's boob, you should be straight. You shouldn't be high. I think literally when you go down, I don't care how much time it takes, because they say the words, well, do you know how much money it's going to take to drug test? And I'm like, but do you know how much money you're going to save?
Yeah.
Because if you pop positive for anything, you better have a prescription for what you got popped for. Just Fun Radio.
What's going on this terrible Wednesday?
Man, is it still raining out there? I haven't even looked outside.
Man, the bottom is still pouring in Loganville. Needless to say, it's only 10 o'clock and I'm already off the clock. It's so bad.
Golly, that means no motorcycle today. I squeezed it in when I could. Yeah, with my leg being messed up, I'm not supposed to be riding, but I had put a new headlight in, and I'm like, I'm going to go test
And
drive
that's
this.
a headlight.
So
oh, yeah, you got to test the headlight.
Yeah, man, had to. So I went and rode a little bit. The wifey wasn't all that happy, but hey. She wasn't upset. She's not upset because I was riding. She's upset because she didn't get to go riding. That's the upset part.
Oh, yeah, I would be too.
So that's how we stand around here. So what's up with you? So you're already off work due to said situation.
Wet weather.
Yeah, man, that's gotta suck for you.
Yeah, I was swimming in the yard today, man. It got really nasty. I didn't think it was going to get too bad. And then about 8 o'clock, it just dropped. I had like literally 2 seconds to get back to the truck. By the time I did, you would have thought I'd have been playing in it for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, it came a good one out here. But, hey, I look forward to the rest of the day. Now I'm going to go wardrobe shopping for the baby.
Well, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Considering.
Those little ones, they grow too fast, so they grow out of everything.
Well, hello, look, the baby that we woke up with this morning just turned 1 year old today. So we were just making that joke this morning of, how big she's gotten, the words she says. I mean, she'll say stuff and you can barely understand her, but it'd be like, come on, and quit it. She knows how to tell the dogs to stop, and she's got her finger pointing down perfect. She'll be like, ah! And she's yelling at the dog, and my wife's like, you are to blame for that.
Yeah, I was just last night, me and Stephanie was at work, and I had the baby, and we just gotten back in town doing a little night shopping really quick. And she has not said daddy or anything yet, but she'll say mama. That's all she'll say. And last night I went to get her out of the car, and I didn't have the interior lights on, so she couldn't see me. I opened the door, and as soon as I opened the door, it was this great, big, loud dada, and you would have thought she would have done like a front flip in front of me. I was like the proudest dad ever.
Well, we get dada, and I'm going, no, I'm Pop.
And how old is your baby now, DJ?
She will be 8 months come May 2nd.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she's getting up there, and she's standing. She's trying to walk. She doesn't want to have anything to do with crawling. She doesn't care. She likes to roll, but she would much rather try and walk.
Well,
so she's getting there too fast.
Ours is standing up and stepping and walking a couple of feet, but she's 10 times faster crawling. So she's like, she'll be looking at you, and you think she's fixing to walk, and then she's bam. And I'm not joking. Like when Crystal goes out the door, if the screen door, which is actually, it has that changeable glass door that you can, change to. But if I call it a glass door, people don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So that outside door, if you will, doesn't latch all the way. So I will see Crystal run out to the car real quick, and then I'm yelling because you can hear, and I'm like, shut the door.
Here she goes.
She's making a break for it. So, she's fast.
Real quick before I forget, Travis says that he's going to send a better picture of the mammal toe.
Oh, yeah. So listen, my granddaughter is so fast. Used to, I could get up and go from the couch, go sit down on the toilet to pee. I'll explain that in a minute. And then by the time she looks through the bathroom door, I'm done. Now it's as fast as I get from the living room to sitting on the toilet peeing, she's standing there. And the reason I sit to pee, I have learned if I'm having to spend time with my grandkid, do not stand to pee, because she will try to stand on the side of the toilet and hold on to the toilet. Mind you, you've got the toilet seat up, so her hands are on the toilet. She's trying to swat your pee and play in the toilet at the same time. So at least if I'm sitting down to pee, I'm guarding the toilet. She can't get to it. My hands will be there to block her like a hockey puck, if I'm a hockey player. And I can stop her from getting in there. Because I'm telling you, when you're midstream peeing and she's not even, she's like the height of your knees and your crotch, of course, is above your knees. You're standing there peeing and you're going, no, Zaylee, no, don't touch the toilet. No, stop. Yeah, sit down to pee. So anyways.
I'm going to take that one into advice.
I'm telling you, she will. She will.
And it sets a good model for her because that's how she has to do it.
Yeah. And
So
see, when
it's the
she's
way
in
around.
her walker, her little walker, it won't fit through the doorway of my bathroom. So I'm safe. And she has a hard time trying to get it through the bathroom door in the hall. So I'm safe. Like by the time she tries to get through the door in the hallway, I at least am finishing or stopping or whatever. But let me tell you, if she's not in a stroller or a walker, you're screwed. She thinks it's like the penny fountain at the mall. Do what?
Skylar's getting that way. If she's not in something to keep her in that area, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. She kept playing in the dog's bowl last night with the water. I said, it's not time for a baptism. Get your hand out of there. That's the dog's bowl. And I'm like trying to get her to take her hand and touch her forehead, her chest, and then her two shoulders. I'm making a joke out of it, which is not helping. Nana's like, Scotty, you're kind of making a joke here and you're laughing. She's going to think it's okay. She's going to think it's funny.
She's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't care who you are. It's funny. That's right.
Well, I'll let you guys get out of here. I'm going to
All right, man.
hop off and I'm going to head back to the house, I reckon. You guys have a good rest of your Wednesday.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
So Chriswood Raven says that was close. You just redeemed yourself for sitting. Like he's waiting for me to explain why I'm sitting to pee. And he's like, okay. You saved yourself then. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse. You know how nasty a toilet is. And what's bad is a baby will touch something and put her hands right in her mouth. So I'm like, no. So here I am. If I am peeing standing up, I then go to try to stop peeing. My shorts get let, your elastic pops up, your goes popping up. You're trying to grab your kid. You're trying to get their hands washed. And the whole time you peed yourself. Been there, done that one already, y'all. I got pee on the wallpaper, pee on the back of the toilet, and pee all inside my shorts. But I got her hands clean before she put them in her mouth. Picked her up by her underarms. Went straight for the sink. I'm telling you, golly, boy, I was freaking out.
Too funny.
All right, let's get off the commercial, everybody. It's just for fun in the morning. We'll be right back. And listen, let me tell everybody, man, make sure you go check out Custom Tent and Sound. I'm telling you right now, there's a tent special. They're running a deal. If you go down there and you tell them that Just for Fun Radio, you heard it from me, they're giving you 10% off. So you might not think 10% is a lot, but when you're fixing to get $100 worth of tent, that's $10 off. Well, if you're fixing to spend $250 for some tinted windows, at least 25. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to question 10%, but come on, you go down there right now, they're going to give you 10% off. So go on down there to Custom Tent Sound. That spring weather's coming now. They're going to come put some tent on these sliding glass doors in the studio because it's going to help with my heat coming in here. So they don't just do cars. Like John has went to, I believe, one of the prisons and put a bunch of tent on the glass for the offices and stuff. So some school systems and stuff like that. So it's not just cars. So Custom Tent and Sound will tent buildings, sliding glass doors, your sunrooms, anything. So get a hold of them down at Custom Tent and Sound, not counting the auto start that you can have added to alarms or get one put in as a whole alarm. So I'm going to shut up rambling there. Everybody make sure you check out Custom Tent and Sound. And then go over to Roz Performance and get that oil change, get that tune up. So we'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
Do you remember how you were able to find the comments on the YouTube?
No, you were the one that showed me.
Well, I
Why?
found it on here
Why?
because there's somebody on there. Apparently they're watching, but then they're saying crazy stuff. I think it was on the side over here. Not that side, the other side. Jacob was the one that sent it to me. There it is.
What are we even talking about?
I don't know. That's Jacob sent me a message. Have you seen the comments on the live feed? I was like, no.
Weird. Absolutely weird.
Yeah. Oh, that said you could block users.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
No. I can figure out how to scroll it up.
That's all the comments on there. Now I can send Jacob a message telling you.
Tell him to see some more left now.
Yeah.
Score!
I don't know why I have to type him and tell him that because he can see us.
Yeah, but he might not see that part.
Oh.
Wishing Well, Terrence Trent D'Arby. I love that song. Joe Leaper says Moose Knuckles. To the pitcher.
So is that worse than a camel toe?
Yeah. Well, that's the guy's version.
No. Now I can go back and read that. How much time we got?
2 commercials.
Okay. I can read it real fast.
What?
It was something on TMC. Blind fans blast Netflix. We can't see or hear the show. Blind fans of the Netflix series Daredevil might not be able to see the show, but their voice has sure been heard. That's confusing.
And Jeff Matthias did not let me know something. he wanted a song, but he didn't let me know. Is it a clean song? How awesome is it to have "Welcome to the Jungle" as your entrance music? I mean, come on.
It says a lot. It
I mean,
says a
crazy chaos. Welcome to the jungle, or Veet for her feet.
lot.
Jungle. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I want some of those shoes, by the way. Those are pretty fun.
Those shoes, man, I would love. The problem is they're on top of Converse, which means there's no support. And with me having a bad back, that suck. But
But just
those
for
would be
fun,
some cool
or-
shoes. I would like to wear them to the swimming pool.
Yes. Yes.
It would be hilarious.
Oh yes. Now I used to have some
Or
house shoes.
Get those, and if the toes are separated, go find flip flops that are for those shoes. Can you imagine those big feet and trying to walk in flip flops attached to them? I think it would just be hilarious.
Yeah,
It'd make
that
great
would be
video.
funny.
Like
But-
my flip flop keeps falling off, and I have to keep trying to pick it back up.
Yeah, no, I used to have some house shoes that was like that, and they had the toes painted because they were big feet,
Big foots.
big foot, whatever.
They're big feet. That's right, Steph. I was just messing with you.
Big foot feet.
I said I was just gonna see what you would do with that, and you struggled with it.
Yeah, because I was trying to keep from saying feet.
big hooves. Is that what you're trying to say? Those are some big hooves you got right yonder.
Yeah. So Netflix is.
So how
under
about
fire.
Tubby? Tubby's been married 4 years today, by the way.
Oh wow!
So go ahead.
Happy anniversary.
So go ahead. Netflix is under fire. Let's hear this.
Netflix is under fire from blind fans of the new Netflix series Daredevil. They say that they cannot see the show or hear it because of some kind of feature that they are not allowing to be on the series.
How does that make any sense? If you're blind, you can't see it. Well, duh.
Yeah, it says the new Marvel series about a blind crime fighting lawyer launched without optimization for the vision impaired. It is closed caption, but that doesn't do blind people any good.
I'm still laughing. They're blind. They're not going to be able to see it. They're blind.
Yeah, the
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Stevie Wonder can't have a damn driver's license. Now I'm filing a grievance. There's just something wrong with that. Why can't he have a driver's license? I see drunk people get them all the time. That's stupid, Stephanie. Blind people pissed off because they can't see TV.
It is.
Really?
And it's a news story.
Really?
Well, they're pissed off
All
'cause they
these
can't
things in
see
the-
or hear the show.
all these things in the world we need to worry about. And blind people pissed off because they can't see TV is one of them.
About a blind superhero.
I'm pissed I can't see. I'm sorry. And I'm not making fun of you because you're blind. I'm making fun of you if you're stupid enough to complain because you can't see the TV. I'm sorry. Not being able to see to go pee is a lot more important.
Than not being
Than not being able to see the TV.
TV show.
If you're blind and you want to bitch about something, please complain about not being able to see the beautiful sky, your beautiful wife, your beautiful kids, a beautiful flower. But damn, gonna raise hell with Netflix because you can't watch a TV show. What the halo? What the halo is wrong with you people? I'm just pissed. I'm just
Yeah.
pissed. I can't see the TV.
See, it's
And it
too
says
funny.
it. Blind fans blast Netflix. We can't see or hear the show. I can't help that you can't hear it. Maybe there's a problem with the sound on your TV that you can't see, but you can't really be pissed at Netflix because you can't see the TV.
And I didn't even know. And
Hell, I want you to contact 2020 if you have to wear glasses because I can't see 2020. You get that one? You get that one? Stephanie is like a plus 75 in one eye and a negative 75 in another eye. I want you to contact 2020.
Douchebag, you're a douchebag.
And I want you to bitch at 2020 and say, you know what? I can't watch 2020 in 2020 and I want to file a grievance.
I'd probably win. As frivolous as some of
And
these
then I'm going to go
pros-
get me some hot coffee from McDonald's and I'm going to sue them too because it's hot coffee. And I didn't know it was hot, even though it said hot coffee.
So in several different places now, I think they have it at like 3 different places on the
I'm gonna sue the state of Georgia because I got in a wreck without my seatbelt on, and the sign clearly told me to wear it.
Yeah, and now you have cars that ding if you don't have the seatbelt on, even in the passenger seat.
So
But,
let the blind deaf guy complain because he didn't hear the ding in his car when he was driving.
Oh my.
We're going to hell. At least that's what
In
the
a
dude.
handbasket.
At least that's what the dude with the sign says.
Hey, if we're going to hell, at least we're having fun doing it.
Well, at least I wouldn't be miserable screaming at people at intersections. Like I ain't got nothing better to do. Oh my God.
Or protesting because we're blind and we can't see the.
I'm sorry if anybody thinks I'm picking on the blind guy, but what the heck? You're pissed because you can't see the television. Hold on. I got news for you, dude. You're 30 and you've been blind 30 years. I am sorry all of a sudden you can't see the flat screen. I'm sorry that you can't see the flat screen TV.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a show that you
What?
finally want to watch.
Here's what gets me.
I mean,
what lawyer will take a case like that and go to the courts with it? I'm here to protest the fact that my client cannot see Netflix. He pays for it, but he can't watch it.
Yeah, one of those.
He's disabled.
ambulance
Yes, sir.
cases.
Yes, Your Honor. He's blind, but that's not his fault. It's Netflix's fault because they don't provide television for the blind.
They don't have Braille TV. I mean, come on now. They have Braille on the ATM machines. Why can't they have it?
Right. Exactly.
I can't do it.
Exactly. Put Braille on your remote control.
Put Braille on the TV.
Donnie,
on
would
the
you
flat
stop turning channels? Well, I'm reading it in Braille. It says this is the menu button. I didn't know I was changing the channel.
Oh my
Let me
God.
know when I get back to the little house in the prairie so I can watch it.
Oh, I've heard it all now.
I've heard it all.
Wow.
I've never in my life heard anybody blind complain about not seeing the TV. I've never heard it. I need to meet somebody who complains about not being able to see TV because they're blind.
I was trying to see.
I can understand if you're blind and you can't see the TV. I can get you. But that you're gonna file a complaint with Netflix, that I don't get.
I was trying to see if it said how many were filing the complaint.
And if they want their money back because they've been paying Netflix for 4 years for television that they can't watch.
And now all of a sudden there's a show that they're really pissed that they can't see.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And they're blind people and it's a show about blind people. So I guess I don't know. I'm not going to touch that because I'll piss somebody off. The day's still young. I can offend some more before the day's out. Anybody got any comments? Here comes the phone. I was about to say, hey, I was just about to say, anybody got any comments on that? Please call in and dang if the phone didn't ring. Yes, sir, Mr. Craig.
That's absolutely nuts, isn't it?
Do you like
Yes.
it? Do you like it? You know what? My hearing, I am losing my hearing. But what I'm going to do is when I get to the point that I can't hear, I'm going to sue Epic Records.
Uh-huh.
How dare you put
Or
out
Sony.
music I can't listen to because I can't hear it.
Well, let's go through a few crazy things. Maybe let's say on the bottom of a box, spending the money to print "Do Not Turn Upside Down."
Yes.
Huh?
Or let's say, okay, let's have a small contest and see if anybody can outdo me on this one. What is one thing in Braille that a blind person probably would not read?
The ATM, the drive-up ATM. I mean, well, why would?
How about a do not touch warning?
Yeah, that's true too. Well,
and then it gets sued.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the other thing. How about all the stupid things like the hair dryer has the sticker that says "Do not put in water."
And why?
Come on, people.
Well, why does the mattress have the tag on it that says "Do not remove"? Why are you looking at me? I'm
waiting for his answer.
Oh.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've never once read a mattress, and trust me, as many hotel rooms as I've been in, if I would have read a mattress, it probably would have said, "Get the hell out of here."
No, they do have a tag.
They do, Steph. I understand that.
Yeah.
Thanks for over worrying about that.
I'm not. I just always wondered why it has a "Do not remove" tag on it.
Tell us, Steph.
What?
Why does it have the "Do not remove"
I
tag?
don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I can't get. Here's another one I don't understand. So
would it be a felony?
Yeah,
it'd be a felony. If
So
you
I'm
removed
buying one of these chairs that I take outside to watch, fireworks in. It's the
Yeah.
ones that fold up.
Yeah.
Why on one of the arms is there like 3 tags, like the mattress tags? Like, why is that there?
Yeah.
Why did they not like sew it where it hangs under my butt or something? Why has it got to be on the arm? Why has it got to be in the way?
True. And if you pull it off, it pulls some of the stitching out.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why do it?
Yeah.
There's so many stupid things out there we can question.
Why?
So we have no idea really why the warning label on the mattresses is there.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't really know that there's an excuse for it. I don't know.
Well,
Wikipedia it or something.
I'm the magician on useless information or something, but I read a while back that the reason was because it was a consumer warning label because when they first come out, the mattresses, I guess it literally begins to identify that the mattress was new.
Oh.
That was the first kind of thing that the stores had to have those in there. But the second one was it was a consumer warning because and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about the other day, eating at restaurants, eating food that you couldn't identify. The manufacturers were literally putting anything that they could find the stuff in the mattress inside the mattress. So not only does it contain a "Do Not Remove" label, but on there it will actually tell you what's inside of the mattress, like
right,
with horsehair and throwaway food scraps.
Well, they called
everything else in
a
it.
mattress place not too long ago in Georgia.
Yeah.
That was taking old mattresses from hotels.
Yep.
Running them through the factory and not even taking off the old cover.
No.
Just laying down a thin, almost paper thin layer of foam and another outside and restitching it and sending them right back out the door. And they'd be mattresses straight up out of a hotel.
Yeah, most of your mattresses now, I noticed here, I guess it was about a month ago or so, and I don't know why it stuck out, but it did. I was looking at the condition of the kids' mattresses and then our mattress too, kind of looking to see if we needed new ones or whatever. But I noticed that the kids' mattresses had the "Do Not Remove" on there, but our mattress had "Shall not be removed."
I don't know.
Shall not be removed by the consumer. Shall not be removed by the consumer, or something. It was something along those lines. So I guess they've eased up on it a little bit.
Maybe. I miss water beds. I don't miss patching them every time they pop, but I sure miss sleeping on one. They were fun.
Yeah.
Well,
unless the heater went out.
I did. So I had an experiment on my waterbed. I tried to put goldfish in them because I thought it would be cool.
Oh my God. Now that's a little
And,
crazy.
Yeah. Poor
it was
goldfish.
it was pretty neat until until they died in there, and then I had a hard time getting them out. But
Right. Now the thing,
because the water wasn't circulating.
Steph complained about the heater, but let me tell you, in the summer, I would kick my heater off. And let
Yeah.
me tell you, dude, me and Jeff Matthias lived in a house that the air conditioning sucked.
Okay, we don't need to hear about you and Jeff Matthias on the
Oh
water
my
bed.
God, no. But I had the
a
king
baby
bedroom, he had the next bedroom, and then Marshall had the next bedroom. And the one good thing about my waterbed is I could kick the heat off in the summer and I slept good and chilled. Where, our air conditioning was horrible, man. Like it barely worked. So for me, it was awesome. I could just have a fan blow on me and sleep on that, and I was fine.
Oh yeah, during the summertime, yeah, it was no problem when the heater went out. But during the wintertime,
And then
it
in the
was
winter, you
cold.
kicked it up.
But the heater went out in the waterbed, and
Well, you don't have a heater, it goes out.
well, we had to get a new one. And my
I'm just messing with you, Steph.
well, see, the problem was my dad worked out of town, so we had to wait till he was in town. So
Well, it was your dad's waterbed you and Travis are getting freaky on anyway, so that's why. All right. Well, look, man, we're at that 10:34. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, we I did post a comment on your guest host or whatever thing.
Yeah, dude, you were like, you need to fly in. I'm like, come on.
yeah.
We decided we wanted to start just rotating, having different guest hosts in because that way it doesn't get stale. It keeps the energy moving.
Yep.
I picked up the other day, and this is kind of off topic, off the wall, and I know you guys are wrapping up real fast, but I picked up the other day just because it was like $14,000 cheaper than what the market said it was worth. This little motorized hang glider.
Dude, I almost bought one of those ultralights years ago.
And, I was outside messing around with it. Well, I was so excited about it and everything, messing around. It was still dark outside this morning when I got up to go out and mess with it. But, you know what? I think I'm scared to death of that SOB. I think I'm going to get rid of it.
The only bad thing about it.
I don't know that I trust myself to go up in it.
See, that's okay. So when I was going to get one, I lived in a neighborhood where I had this really huge hill, and taking off and landing was going to be a breeze. There was no power lines. They were all no overhead power lines. They were all underground. And I was thinking, man, if I can fly this from Centerville, 124 Annistown Road, if I can fly this from here to Norcross every day, and you could, as long as you're under X number of feet, you don't even have to have a license. The problem is a huge gust of wind can cause you some damage. And everybody says if the motor stops, at least you can still glide down to the road as long as it's not like a busy 78 in traffic.
And what if you do a nosedive all of a
Well,
sudden?
it's a hang glider though. There's no nosedive to it unless you steer it wrong.
I'm an adrenaline junkie.
I kind of am, but I really was. Go ahead.
The bungee cord and stuff, that don't do nothing for me.
Nuh-uh.
The skydiving thing, it used to. I've got almost 1,000 jumps in, so that used to do something for me. And I'm not really sure what my next little thing is. My wife said, "Why don't you go join the fire department or something?" I'm like, that's not adrenaline there for me. So I'm kind of looking at it an adrenaline replacement. But I think this last purchase of mine is totally off the cuff. So let's see if we can get some input from some listeners for what they would recommend for adrenaline junkies.
Oh yeah. So listen, do that then tomorrow, because I don't know if we have anything planned for tomorrow. Let that be tomorrow's topic, Steph. What do you do for your adrenaline rush? Because everybody wants to get a fix. That's why you got so many drug addicts as well. Everybody's trying to get a fix. So what is it that you chase? What is it that just knocks your rocks off? So that'll be a good one for tomorrow. All right, man. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. See you later. All right, everybody. I'm going to play Brad's sports segment real quick. I should have done it earlier. Hang tight. Here comes the sports with the Coach's Corner, Mr. Brad.
Good morning, Just for Funders. Yes, it is finally hump day. So let's get over the hump. This is your Coach's Corner this Wednesday with Brad Johnson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen in the studio. If you'd have watched this one last night, you probably would have turned the channel. Poor old Trevor Cahill getting his first start for the Bravos last night. He struggles in his debut with a loss to the Marlins. The Marlins won 8-2 yesterday. Trevor Cahill, he gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, only 2 strikeouts in 2 and a third inning. So Buddy didn't last long. He gave up 3 runs in the top of the first for the Marlins to get out ahead of us. Giancarlo Stanton, the $325 million man for your Marlins there, did snap out of a slump yesterday. He had 3 hits and 4 RBIs in the win for Miami. The Braves offense comes from back-to-back jacks from Freddie Freeman and A.J. Przinsky yesterday for those 2 runs. Today is the businessman special at the TED. That means if you make $500,000 a year, you can just leave the office at 11:30 and head to the stadium, and nobody will say shh to you. So that game, first pitch is at 12:10. Will have Eric Stoltz toeing the rubber for the Bravos versus Dan Herron for the Miami Marlins. The Hawks will be on the floor tonight in Chicago versus the Bulls. The Hawks coming in with a 60-21 record. The Bulls 49-32. Regular season is winding down. Good news for the Hawks, though. Paul Millsap did return to practice after injuring his shoulder a few games back. So hopefully Paul Millsap will be getting back to his good play here pretty soon. For the boys that turn left, NASCAR will be in the bowl. They will be in that half mile at Bristol this Sunday at 1 o'clock for the Food City 500. And the Food City 500 is going to be in support of Steve Burns, NASCAR analyst and Stand Up to Cancer. So they're supporting their guy, Steve Burns, in that fight against cancer this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. Guys, have a great day today. This has been your Coach's Corner with Brad Johnson. Always do it just for fun, and we will see you.
I'm getting tangled over here.
All right, everybody. There you go. The coach's corner with Dirty. That's his nickname. I found out. Brad Johnson's nickname is Dirty.
Dirty dog?
No, Dirty. Just dirty. Just dirty. What's that, Dirty? Just dirty. Brad Johnson's name's Dirty, and I don't know why. Somebody will have to tell me.
Dirty Brad.
But I found out stuff at this party I DJ'd on Saturday night. Some people he's known since like 6th, 7th grade. And then he doesn't know because of the last name change. Hollywood's wife, Stacy, and Brad have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know. Or he doesn't.
Yeah, I actually
doesn't
know
know.
somebody that went to school with him.
With Dirty?
Yes.
Dirty.
And
What do you do to get a nickname Dirty? You know what? Did you do something?
I was about to say, I have a few ideas.
Did you come to school dirty? You know, but when somebody says, "Oh, that's my boy Dirty," I'm like, really? Because when you say Dirty, you insinuate something.
You know who it is. Oh.
Hello. I was stalling to see if he would speak.
Oh.
And now he's doing it to us.
Okay, bye.
Woo, that was funny. He's going to try to pay us back, and then he doesn't speak. Wrong button.
So you didn't
You're a
win.
douchebag.
Craig wins today.
Shit for brains.
Just Fun Radio.
Hey,
Hey,
Jacob from Tulsa.
really?
No, it's not.
I don't believe you. What are you doing?
Not much. Then my phone wasn't letting me.
Yeah,
Wasn't ringing. I
blame it
couldn't
on
find
your
a call.
phone.
Listen,
Well, Craig,
you need to go
Craig
back.
kept just flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping them chops. And
You need to go back and watch the end of the video because this is funny.
yeah, right on. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here real quick and say, free Suge Knight.
Free Suge Knight. Listen, I was talking to somebody yesterday that's from the hood, just like I am, and we both agree. Being in Suge Knight's position, in his situation, I would have done the same thing.
Right.
If I saw a guy coming at me with a pistola, a pistol, I would run over his dumb butt too.
Right, no doubt.
So, free Suge Knight.
Free Suge Knight. All right.
Jacob has started the free Suge Knight movement. All right, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling.
Got 10 likes. I got 10 likes
10
so
likes.
far.
I was one of them. All right, man. I'll see you later. All right,
Later
bye.
on.
Anybody that would just like it, this is really just a joke more than anything, but
Yeah.
go like Jacob's page, free Suge Knight. It's hilarious. All right, everybody. We will see y'all later on. Everybody have a great day. It's just fun in the morning. I'm gonna shut the camera off as well. Everybody have a terrific, amazing, great day. We will see y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Say that again.
Bye, y'all.
Say it one more time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Listen, with that being said, I got a Yellow Wolf song coming up that's kind of Suge Knight-ish. It's kind of like how I grew up. Don't make me go pop that trunk. We had all sorts of stuff in the trunk. A lug wrench, hockey stick, aluminum baseball bat, pieces of pipe. Don't make us pop the trunk either. Everybody have a good day.
Jeez. Oh, there it is.